The kid is back. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Gather around. YouTube ain't sending out notifications. We got to talk about it though. You know, this is what I lived through. Natural born hustler, Bay Area hustler. Man, hustle plus muscle. Man, I did the math, like Fabulous said. Man, I hustle like Russell. I said, that's hustle plus muscle. Yeah, we did the math. You two want to hate. I see the haters coming. Make sure y'all smash the like button. The haters is mad. Y'all better get them goddamn likes up. Young Gun, what up, my guy? Make sure y'all check him out. Jun Tao, shout out to Jun Tao. Father, two son, Su Young. Shout out to my man Jun Tao. Su Young. Yeah, smash the like button. I'm off Twitter what they saying about Spence. Oh, you know, people hating. We gonna talk about that, but I can't get into the good stuff yet. We gotta warm the mic up. So just chill out, everybody. We gotta let the people pour in. I'm having a good day. Listen, I've been working, so I'm almost down on my black coffee. A little black coffee. A little black channel. Why would they drink black coffee? Where's the cream? Yeah, I got the black coffee. I'm straight to business. It's a business week. We had a great fight, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Now I'm back to business. I'm feeling sharp. Al Sharpton suits. I'm feeling sharp. Steve Harvey suits. Man, we coming. I told you. Don't nothing move in boxing without us. The truth is us. Let's get it. Man, YouTube is they send out who got a notification? Anybody? Nobody? How did y'all know I was live right now? Oh man. Okay, my man Spoke he got him a notification. Cameron said it was in his phone. All right, I guess some of y'all got notifications. Yo, smash the like button. We just warming up. Mic check, 1, 2. We recording? I'm cancerous, so when I dish, you wouldn't want to answer this if you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis. We sounding good? Okay. Okay. Errol's gonna beat up on Pac-Man. We not even there yet. We gonna get to that. Listen, I gotta wait because I don't like to say the same thing multiple times. No, Errol is too slow for Pac-Man, idiot. Block CK. I'm gonna block him. I don't think I got any shooters. Bro, you ain't gonna call the man an idiot because you disagree with, bro, he might beat him. So, we gotta block somebody already. Yeah, you better hurry up and hit the dislike button because I'm coming for you. Lennox, I'm coming for you, Tweety. Block. Oh, it's too late. If you didn't hit the dislike button, it's already too late for you because you're out of there. Block him. Yeah, we got to block him. Bro, this man said Errol's slow. So Tim Bradley has a win over Pacquiao, whether you agree with it or not. Tim Bradley's faster, like way faster than Pacquiao or Spence. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. It's okay. That's what y'all come to me for. He said, I just opened up YouTube, saw you was on. Man, I see people hating on Errol Spence, the boy. We're going to talk about all that on this particular live stream. My man from Mexico, shout out to Renee Box. What up? Errol might whoop Canelo. I don't see that happening. Canelo, he fighting that born ready weight, 75. Now, I got a little bit of coffee left, but I'm almost down. I should have got a second, a little one. I got the iced coffee, yo. It's a regular show. Another day at the office. Catch weight. But Canelo ain't gonna do no catch weight and give nobody no advantage. He gonna be like, I'm the A side. Pacquiao got robbed against Bradley. You can't even spell Bradley, so I'm not going to spend too much time. Canelo versus Caleb Smith. I mean, I would rock with Canelo, but, you know, we'll see what it is. I would pick Canelo. Canelo does well with that style. The only thing is Caleb Smith is big, and Canelo's on a bit of a layoff, but I think Caleb Smith is too, so I would rock with Canelo, the favorite. Shout out to my man, Ricky Williams. Errol Spencer Jr. got arrested after the car accident. Block him. What the hell's that have to do with anything? Hey, get Lil Skirt out of here. Skirt! Get him out of here. What does that have to do with anything? He couldn't wait to snitch. Lil Skirt 6'9". Yeah, my shoe's gonna pull your skirt up. Bro, he couldn't wait to snitch. You know, Errol had a gun, man. Errol had a gun on him. He had bullets in it too. Like, y'all some snitches, huh? Y'all be snitching? Bro, what did that have to do with, like, we here to talk boxing. You talking about a bunch of nothing. You know, Errol, he was drunk driving with a gun. He was about to rob a bank. Like, bro, Skirt 6'9", get him out of here. Bro, they can't wait to, this new generation tripping. They couldn't wait to snitch. You know, he had a Glock on him. He pulled up with that rod. Like, bro, they trying to fit in and shit. He pulled up with the stick. He wanted to pull up with the rod. Like, oh, you a snitch. That's what's up. He said, as soon as I get in here, niggas getting blocked. Facts. Man, I'm blocking everything. Man, 2020, we on that Matumbo. We blocking everything. I'm blocking everything. Bro, where's my tissue? We blocking all shots. Non-stop. Lead pop. Headshot. Red dot. We blocking everything. Respect for what Errol went through. My man Ricky Williams said like Destiny's Child. No, 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 no. Can you get block? Boy, and bro, we on that Destiny's Child. I'm Destiny's Child. Listen, slow it down. I just dissed you. I said we on that Destiny's Child. No, 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 no. Can I give a block? Yeah, I'm Destiny's Child. We gonna get started in a minute. Hey, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Man, my allergies bugging, so I need my Kleenex. Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry, y'all. My allergies is bugging. So we couldn't do this show unless I was feeling. I gotta feel it. I need that Kleenex. Bud came to the fight and rolled out right afterwards. Guess he thought EJ was going to be distracted. Bud made it worse for Danny because EJ beat the brakes off of old Danny. Ghost Kills, what up? Man, we just chilling, living life. Life is good. How's everybody doing out there? Listen, y'all. Listen, dog. We about to get started in a second. I see a lot of y'all hating on Errol. Okay, this is my question to y'all. I got a question. I got a question to the haters. No, real talk. Can I live? Listen, I got a real life question for the haters. I got a real life question for the haters. What is the point of hating? What do you, I never been a hater, so it's hard for me to really fathom. Like, what do you get from just being a hater? Like, just hating all your life. What do you get out of it? You see what I'm saying? What do you get out of just constant, continual hate? Were you hating on anything somebody doing and all that? Like, what is the, like, cause I'm not saying I would hate, but I feel like if I was gonna hate, there has to be an end goal. Like, I got something from it, like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like, what is, I don't understand. Like, they be hating on me and, I hate your channel. Okay, don't watch it. Like, it's a simple fix. You hate my voice. I'm the kid with the golden voice. You hate my videos. You hate my channel. Don't watch it. Like, I could understand if I was in New York or Times Square or something, and I was like in the middle of everything saying, hey, going live and stuff. People are going to walk by trying to figure out what. Bro, I'm at the cribbo doing an Instagram live. There's billions of hours of YouTube content uploaded every minute, every hour. There's other boxing channels, but they come here just to be angry or triggered or something. Oh, you guys, like, I hate this guy. Okay, that's cool. I hate me too, but why are you here? You know, and we're seeing Errol Spence get a lot of hate. Errol Spence is getting a lot of hate. And this is just life. This is not really boxing. As a man, Asante, what's up, my guy? As a man, I feel like you have to be able to admit when you're wrong. Speaking of wrong, Asante proved me wrong. I had a theory. I thought Canelo was going to do the wrong thing or the right thing. Asante is like, man, Canelo ain't finna fight no Caleb Plant next. And I'm like, man, give Canelo a shot. Like, the rumors, and Asante was like, nah, he ain't going to fight him. And I was like, Asante, chill, bro. See, I'm a man. I can admit when I'm wrong. And surprise, motherfucker, Canelo ain't fighting Caleb Plant next. So I was defeated, my point of view. And I could admit that. And I told Asante that, right? Canelo, I thought he was going to really fight Caleb Plant. Asante was like, nah, he ain't. You know, he does this. You know, these patterns of throwing out a bigger name and then not fighting him. You a low-key Canelo hater. How did I hate? Because the man said he was going to fight. The rumor was he was going to fight Caleb Plant, and he didn't. And I just told you, man, get this bonehead out of here. Rosales. Look at the names, faces, and profile pics of the people doing the most hating. I just said I thought Canelo was going to do the right thing and fight Caleb Plant. And my man was telling me, no, he wasn't. But he said I'm a hater. You see that? Bro, the Canelo man fans, like, they something else. These motherfuckers is like, I was born red. They dyeing their hair red, like on some Stan shit. Listen, I ain't never going to be on the Stan shit. I respect Canelo as a man. I respect him as a fighter. But he's not fighting Caleb Plant. How does that make me a hater? Oh, my gosh, bro. Get him out of here. Block him. You low-key a Canelo. I said I thought Canelo was going to fight Caleb Plant. Surprise, he's not fighting Caleb Plant. How does that make me a hater when he announced his next fight is not Caleb Plant? That's not me hating. That's what he said. Bro, we are obliterating these types of boxing fans. I'm undefeated with these dudes because it's all emotion. Yeah, in 2020 and beyond, if you keep it real, tell the truth, you're a hater. The stuff I'm saying about Bud Crawford, they say, oh, you never gave Bud a fair shake on your channel. I ain't never. So when ESPN and Teddy Atlas didn't have Bud Crawford, number one, I wasn't in Bud's corner. These dudes are, you know how they have born again Christians? These guys are born again morons. These dudes is born again morons. Oh, you've always hated Bud. Well, I don't hate Bud now, so that's inaccurate. And two, I'm speaking the truth. which you're not disproving. And 3, when ESPN, this is just one example of many, when ESPN said Bud wasn't number 1 back then, after he become undisputed beating Ndongo, and his own network was not giving him credit for his skill set, who was there telling y'all the opposite? Me, that's who. Block him. Bro, anytime. See, y'all keep hating. I told you, keep hating on me. The money keep coming in. Look at that PayPal. Okay, hold on. It's over, bro. We got a Leon. Shout out to Leon. There's no message, but you know they into PayPal too. Listen, on every platform, I'm the man. Listen, I'm the prince of PayPal. I'm the Cash App king. He sent $15 donation. It says Leon Dash. Appreciate you. Listen. I'm the PayPal prince. I'm the stream king. I'm the Cash App king. Y'all know this. I'm the Cash App chief, whatever you want to call me. On every platform, my shit popping. YouTube. I had one of the biggest IGs to the motherfucking haters came, but IG, I don't care because we making money. I don't care about IG. I'm still on IG though. Boxing Ego. I had to start a new page though, because IG, they got weird rules. I don't know. But I don't fuck a IG. Fuck a IG, bro. I'm trying to put a filter on the game. Fuck a IG filter. Anywho, if you say something people don't want to hear, shout out to my man Ricky Williams. We will be doing Easy Work Wednesday this week. Shout out to my man. If you say things people don't want to hear in this boxing game, because boxing's different. It's not a team sport. It's not like the Lakers. You hate the whole team or like the whole team. You know, it's mano y mano, 1 versus 1. You know, so you get different racial prides and all types of stuff. Please block Tesco. Get him out of my chat. You're talking too much, and we don't even know who you are. You're looking like a rat. Block Tesco. That sounds like some fake ass gasoline. Yeah, I'd like to get 20 on pump 2 looking ass. What the fuck is Tesco? 89 unleaded looking ass. Block him. Motherfucking Tesco gas. Get him out of here. Shout out to my man Ricky Wood. I don't know who blocked it. Oh, Hulk Bradley. Man, my man Hulk came through like the Hulk. Hulk smashed this boy. Get him out of here. Block him. Who the fuck is this guy, but you clicked on my video? Block him too. Russell Davis. Look at his picture, bro. That man looked like Blank Man, and he'd say, who the fuck am I? But you got them Blank Man glasses on. Okay. Bro, send me some better work. This man looked like a Saved by the Bell extra. And he was at the max. And he wasn't one of the cool kids. You see that? You see him with the glasses looking? Motherfucker, you see the future with them glasses. Stop playing with me. Why did they do this? You gonna click on my video and say, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck are you looking like Blank Man Jr.? Junior, you shooting blanks. Come on, man. Don't do that. Motherfucker gonna look at me with bifocals and try to roast the god. Okay. Who is this guy? Who the fuck are you? Look like you doing crossword puzzles and shit with them glasses and shit, smoking on a peace pipe. Man, stop playing. Why they do this? I told you. Hating it. Shout out to Okinawa, Japan. Shout out to my people in Japan. Man, we getting them yen. We getting them yen. Your boy back at it again. Shout out to Okinawa, Japan. We getting the yen. We back at it again. Why they come messing with me? Who is this guy? But you watching me. You supporting, whether you know it or not. Because we getting laughs out this. This is fun. Yeah, smash the like button. I'm the kid with the golden voice. Yeah, smash the like button. My live ain't freeze. Y'all froze. Terrence Crawford about to freeze. If you don't make the right business decision, my live ain't frozen. You frozen. You and Terrence Crawford frozen. Come on, man. Talk boxing dog. Nah, I ain't talking nothing. Don't watch me. Block Gerald Harris. Motherfucker sound like an R&B singer from the 80s. Gerald Harris. Get him out of here too. Get him, Gerald Harris, out. He put out one album. You a one-hit wonder. That's a one hot album every 10-year average. And that's so lame. Who else? Step Up. Step Up. This man had one failed R&B album. He think he's somebody. Motherfucker open for Genuine and shit. He think he's somebody. Gerald Harris. Riding. These motherfuckers singing background vocals for Genuine. Riding my pony, my saddle. Way. Same OG looking at. What the fuck? Same OG. Even though I might be on TV. Ha! There ain't no change in me. I could just be me. Ayo, Genuine. Make up dance. So anxious. Man, shut your 9 o'clock home alone. Shut your ass up. It's my shit. Shout out to D. Munson. He put $5 on the books for the haters. Bro, why they keep doing this to me? Send your best man. I'm flaming them. I'm from the Bay. We do this every day. Me and my homies, we used to like get in fist fights and shit over the roast game. You're not going to win that with no Bay Area cat. You feel me? Not knowing what the credentials I got. He said he was dancing with the broom. Sweet, no dancing. Ba-da, boom, 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 bado. I ain't talk. I ain't talk. Boom, boom, bado. Boom, boom, bado. Don't dado. I ain't stuck. Bro, he was Genuine with the broom, right? Gerald Harris. Get him out of here. Motherfucker open for Jesse Powell. And baby, it's you, the way you touch. Bro, get these men out of here. I'ma chuck a dead body on your motherfucking lawn. That was aggressive. That was weird. Bro, he out of nowhere, he said, I'm gonna chuck a dead body on your lawn. What? Hey, y'all, okay. Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, I like Spice One, but that was just out of place. That was really out of place. Nah, I get it. I'm from the Bay, but that was just weird that you just randomly said the most violent rap lyric from... No, I get it's his lyric, but you just randomly said that in the boxing chat. I see that you're trying to explain it. Just motherfucker put a dead body on your lawn. Like, we was about to talk about Errol. You kind of lost us with that one. But shout out to Spice One, the motherfucking murder show. That's what this is. 187. Yeah, I got the motherfucking murder show. I got the Spice One. Bro, Cursor, you know that was out of pocket. Bro, I'm just saying it was out of place. There was no transition for that. I was like, so Errol Spence and Manny, put the motherfucking body in the lawn. Chop you with a machete till your head is gone. Like, what? It just was out of place. You can't just throw in random Spice One and Brother Lynch hung into a random boxing chat when we wasn't even on that type of time. And man just started bringing in some aggressive Andre Nicotina, Brother Lynch hung. Like, man, what? Cursor said that was out of pocket. See, we all voted. You was out of pocket. Listen. All right, we're going to get started. I'm warmed up. But the money keep coming in. Listen, Cash App's on the screen. My man Lamont, appreciate you. He said, keep killing them, Ego. I'm trying. All right, I'm about to really talk, though. Nah, 90s hip-hop in early 2000s, golden era. So I feel you on that. This new shit suck. I be your bitch in the bush. I be the bitch in the bush, in the root, in the pop, in the pill, in the pop, in the cushion, the pop, in the rub, in the... Shut the fuck up. I don't even know what they said. I hate this new music. There's a couple cool cats I like. Listen. Y'all keep hating on Errol Spence. Listen, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Y'all hating on Errol Spence. Crawford himself said that Errol Spence and Danny was a 50-50 fight. Now I'm back to business. Let's get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up. Y'all heard LeBron Watkins. He told you, get the likes up. Crawford, a great fighter. He said it's a 50-50. If Errol Spence could beat Danny, if not only did he beat Danny, he beat Danny worse than anybody's beat Danny. Man, change my mind. I'll put anybody in a hot seat. Anybody can get it. And please don't say Lamont Peterson or some Mauricio Herrera, you getting torched. Listen, I promise you, if you throw out random guesses, you in the hot seat, you getting torched. Name somebody that beat Danny Garcia in a worse fashion than Errol Spence did last Saturday. Okay. Listen, it's my knowledge versus y'all knowledge. And you in the hot seat. Please don't say Lamont Peterson, you getting cooked. Please don't say Mauricio Herrera, you'll get cooked. Please don't say Matisse, you'll get cooked. I'm just trying to warn y'all so nobody got to get cooked. I don't want to have to do this, but y'all made me. Name somebody that beat Danny Garcia in that fashion. Bro, name somebody that beat Danny Garcia in that fashion. Listen. Everybody want to get mad at Errol. Everybody want to talk down, but nobody beat Danny like that. That was a man down. Listen, I didn't come here to play. I said everybody want to talk bad about Errol. Everyone want to talk down, but Danny Garcia, that was a body. That was a man down. Nobody beat Danny like that, bro. Nobody beat him like that. And I watched Danny's whole career. Word didn't mean it's so aggressive. No, it's all good, bro. He said, I just think it rhymes. Oh, shit, the chat is moving. You said Bay and I thought of Spice One. By the way, 50-50 Bud versus Spence fight. That's fair. I'm not mad at that. It's a great fight, but we got to talk about that later. We're going to talk more about that. Let's get the likes up. Nobody beat. Somebody said Angel Garcia beat Danny worse. That's hella funny. Bro, you made him sound like Joe Jackson and shit. Joe Jackson was beating the fuck out of his kids. How you beat your kids into success? That's how you know that's an ass whooping. Joe Jackson beat the Jackson 5 into success. That's how you know you got your ass beat. When you start putting out them hits like Michael and shit. You and I must make a pact. Bro, if you get your ass whooped, that's how you know you got your ass whooped. When your dad beat your ass so bad, you start singing better. You and I must make a pact. Blame it on the boogie. Like, this motherfucker was making hits after he got them hits from Joe Jackson. That's a motherfucking ass whooping. This man, Joe, you better sing it better. Michael, I didn't raise you to be no punk. Oh, damn, goddamn, damn. Blame it on the boogie. Like, oh shit, he hitting that shit now. Joe Jackson got him hitting that shit now, bro. Dancing. Oh shit, bro. Michael had them hits, bro. Joe Jackson don't get enough credit. That ass whoop. Bro. Michael Jackson is the greatest entertainer of all time, and it all stemmed from an ass whooping. You know how they have like X-Men origins? They show you how Logan became Wolverine and shit. The origin of Michael being the best entertainer ever was an ass whooping. Because Joe was putting his foot off in that family ass, bro. Bro, he had Janet sounding right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bro. He had him sounding right. That's all I'm saying. Bro, remember Michael and Janet? Made you wanna scream. Did that pollution do it? Made you wanna scream. But I'm not so lucky. Bro, if that pollution do it, made you scream. That, oh my God. Oh. Bro, Michael was killing this shit. Damn, it ain't too much. It ain't. Oh shit. Ain't too, and I do. Damn. Oh shit, this man kill it. That's a Joe Jackson ass whooping. Shot moving, dude. Oh, dude. Shout out to, hold on, we got a new channel member. Can we get some claps up? He said, Ego got me opened up Spotify. Michael had hits. I like when Michael get mad on the track. Is it just a lie? Like, oh, shit. Bro, Michael checked the bitch on the song. Is it just a lie? Woo! Bro, Michael would check a bitch on a song. I'm telling you, he used to be a pimp. That man said, do you remember the time? And when she didn't respond quick enough, the pimp came out. Listen, he said, do you remember? Because he started off, listen, I listen to music every day. He started off calm. He said, remember the time when we fell in love? And like, but then when she wasn't responding, Amon wasn't responding quick enough, he said, do you remember, girl? On the phone. Like, he was like, he gonna force you to remember this shit. This man said, on the phone, you and me, I sit down, what about that time? Bro, and then he started letting that Uzi, he let that chop off. He said, bro, like, oh shit, it's a hella gunfire. Bro, Michael started spraying that chop, bro. Mike pulled up with that rod. That's what I'm saying. Bro, Mike pulled up with that chopper. Bro, he said, do you? Listen as he gets aggravated during the song. First, it was all fun and games till the bitch wouldn't respond. Do you? It was all lighthearted. Towards the end, Michael said, do you remember, girl? On the phone, you and me. A deep down, a deep three, a what about? Like, oh shit, Michael spraying the Uzi. Michael got that chop. Mike pulled up with that shit, bro. He said, I know the sound. Listen, I know the sound of guns. Mike had that shit. He's if I want to squirt a take of the fat burger, he was squirting that chopper, bro. That man had the 30 dick. He said, Mike was doing a drive-by. Do you remember, girl? Bro, he was doing the drive-by. Stop playing with me. Bro, he was in the passenger seat. There she go right there. She's right there, damn. I'm gonna get her. Watch me get that girl. Come on, Tino. I'm gonna get that girl. Pull up. Bro, Mike was trying to get the bitch, bro. It be like that sometimes. That man was in the back. She right there. Keep it in the closet. Doom. She just a lover. Oh shit. Mike, motherfuckers in the neighborhood was ducking and shit. Remember on Menace to Society where old dog was like, bow, bow. Bro, that's the scene. Mike was like, he hit her with that Chewbacca. I don't give a fuck about the topic. This is why I get paid the big bucks. I do what I want. Bro, how did you just be in the studio say, bro, I do what I want. Block your rage. Get him out of here. I don't give a fuck about Spence and Garcia and Porter. I talk about what I want. If you don't like that, leave. Listen, every time everybody's in chat laughing, having a good time, and they coming with the hate. Bro, go to another channel. I don't care. But that boy Michael. You seen the movie This Is It? Yeah, we blocking them all, bro. Everybody is in chat. We laughing, having a good time. They get mad. I'm telling you, when they hate, donate. This is, bro, they mad that I could do this. I could talk. The shit does say Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. But I can make y'all laugh and have a good time with y'all. And they see that and they get mad. I thought we were talking about Errol Spence. What? Why? Danny Garcia. Why did he do it that way? Bro, why did Danny do it that way? He was getting hit with that jab by Errol. I talk about what I want. I talk about what I want to talk about. You see, they always try, when we have fun. Hey, King Red said, the Black Channel, why are they talking about Michael? Why are they talking about the King of Pop? I thought this was about Errol. Like, bro, it's going to be about what we need it to be about. The Joe Budden of boxing. All right. Is that a diss? Them man making money. He ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Hey, ego cooking, these hating ass. Bro, I told you. Every time we just have fun, they get mad. But see, now I'll segue that right back into boxing. This is what happens with the anti-PBC crowd and Errol Spence and Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis knocked Leo Santa Cruz, which old media don't want. This man knocked him into a stupor. Tank knocked Leo Santa Cruz out so bad he was underneath the proper 12 advertisement on the turnbuckle. You see what I'm saying? Tank said, and hit him with that uppercut, and Leo's head was underneath the Conor McGregor whiskey logo. Conor was like, I don't know what you're tanking. Bro, his head was by the proper 12 logo. That was crazy. But just like Errol Spence dominated Danny Garcia, they was hoping and praying that Danny Garcia somehow, some way beat Errol, or Errol wasn't the same from his wreck. This is the same. It's a microcosm. Shout out to my boy Cito the Great. He said, what up, ego? What up? $2 Shmoney gang. You ain't beat Lamont Peterson. So it's the same energy. When we on my chat and I'm doing Michael Jackson renditions or whatever fun we have, oh, come on, I thought this was about boxing. Because they're mad. They're mad that we just enjoy life, talk boxing, mix in some music or whatever, movies. They don't like that. They mad. They like, damn, how this dude with a beanie? Because these dudes, you look at a lot of people in boxing media, they be dressed up like Ash Jeeves and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be wearing cummerbunds to the fights and dressed like Bryant Gumbel, and you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers looking like penguins and shit. They got bow ties, and they see me. I'm out here getting respect from boxing fans, cooking, talking this boxing talk. I got glasses on and a beanie. I look like I'm about to rob a bank or whatever, and I am robbing a bank. I'm robbing that boxing bank. You see what I'm saying? I got a beanie, hoodie, what? And we having fun. They can't understand it. You look at the hating ass media that keep hating. Come on, Errol Spence needs to fight Terrence Crawford, writing all these articles and shit. And they up here dressed in dress shirts from Ross and shit, golf polos and all types of shit. Mad. And I'm dressed like the Unabomber. That's funny. Somebody said I'm dressed like the Unabomber. Shout out to my man Jay Stone. See, because you a real boxing fan. He said, I take you more serious because you're not dressed up like an asshole in the suit. Bro, they think if they wear zoot suits and cummerbunds and all this dumb shit, that makes you know something about boxing. I get respect. And motherfuckers, real people, they don't care if I cuss. They don't care if I talk this talk and mix in music and movies. They don't care what I'm wearing. They want to hear about boxing. They want to hear about my takes. See, that's the thing that people don't get. I told you, I pioneered this game. I shook up the world. Rumble, young man, rumble. People come because I have rapport with the fans. We just talk boxing and we kick things. You look at my prediction streaks. You look at the stuff I said, what came true, boom, boom, boom. They don't care what I'm wearing. The real fan, the weirdos are the only ones that care. See, look at my man. He said, I roll up that Cali to ego. That's what I'm saying. But these square ass old media people, they don't get that. They don't get that. They writing all these hatred articles for Errol and black fighters and stuff. Man, come on. I told you, I came to shake up the game. And I did that. So back to Errol. The hate is here. It's now. He's popping. Listen, study while I be mad. You look at people who and what and the usual suspects. Look at what people say before the fight, and then look at what they say after the fight. I come to hear you no matter what you talking about. Shout out to my man, GR. Anthony Jones, the love is real. You get paid more than these Golden Boy fighters. Hey, you wrong. I ain't going, no comment. No comment, bro. You wrong. Yeah, these motherfuckers got cufflinks on and cover buns. Think they doing something. You still don't know shit about boxing. I wear a motherfucking FUBU jersey. I wear a FUBU 05 jersey and still shit on y'all. You see what I'm saying? And I don't even like FUBU. I'll be dressed like LL Cool J. Still kill y'all with this boxing talk. In a FUBU 05 neon jersey. You remember them navy blue ones with the Nerf yellow 05 jersey? Yeah, I wear FUBU with my pant leg up, and I still cook y'all. I still cook y'all in a FUBU jersey. For us, by us. This we doing it like that. We doing it like FUBU in boxing. For us, by us. Man, stop playing. I'll cook y'all in a FUBU jersey. I don't even like FUBU, but I'm a support. I'll cook you in a FUBU jersey with this boxing talk. Come on, man. He said boo-foo from how high. Y'all tripping, dog. Yeah, I'm coming with the pant leg up, LL style. My young sons fantasize of borrowing flows to little shorty with the big mouth, the bank is closed. The symbol on my arms off limits to challengers. You hold a rusty sword, I swing the Excalibur. Stop it. How dare you step in my dimension? Your little ass should be somewhere crying on detention. Bro, I'm on that LL shit. Come on, stop playing with me. Stop playing. Your little ass should be somewhere crying in detention. Picking up a ball and challenging Mike to, bro, challenging Roy to a fight. Stop it, you amateur MCs. Don't you know I'm like the dream team touring overseas? Man, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what I come from. Told you. y'all better stop playing with me. The money keep coming in. Shout out to my man Jay Brown, always get down. He said, that's why I always give it to your channel, Ego, because you the realest and you know your boxing. Told you. Let's get some claps to everybody that, supported. Let me start getting into the boxing because I know people getting restless. Come on, fuck these songs. I came to talk about Errol. Talk about Danny, champ of the world. Oh, I love my life. Can we get some claps from my man? He just dropped $50 and everybody else, everything big or small, helps the channel continue doing what we're doing and reach that pinnacle. I got so many ideas. I can't leak them, but we coming. Listen, we go to the fire. We never running. I'm like a porn star. The way I keep coming. Slow it down. I just dissed you. I said I run towards the fire and keep running. I'm like a porn star. The way I keep coming. I ain't even gonna pause on that. They like say pause in the chat, but hold on. Let me stop with the bars. Hold on. Let me stop with the bar. I said I'm like a porn star. The way I keep coming. Okay. So let me keep cooking. I'm in my zone. I'm in that 2-3 zone. Let's get it. I said we never run from the fire. We keep running like a porn star. The way I keep coming. Y'all hating on Errol. Y'all hating on Errol. Let's talk about it. Before the fight, Icy. Tell me if I'm lying, Icy. That's my man's in him. Before the fight, so many people had questions about Errol's health and if Errol was truly not the same fighter since the accident. Is that accurate? Let my man Icy get some. Icy, was that accurate? In the back of people's mind, they seen Errol look good on the mitts and media day. He looked in shape, and they still had questions. Rightfully so, but they still had questions if he was the same fighter post-accident. And he said at the post conference, I'm the same fighter. I come to show y'all that. Man down. Jay Stone, I see you. $1 super chat. Let's get it. Oh my God, Ricky Williams. He said, even my coach, Justin Fortune, questions Errol's chin. So, yup. My man Ricky Williams, amazing add-on. He said they said his speech was different and he was slurring his words worse than normal. The man came out and dogged Danny Garcia in a fashion that nobody that is healthy, that didn't go through that type of sinister car wreck and carnage, has beaten Danny Garcia. I would say Errol is back. He is the man he is the man of the land. He is the man of the land. That was highly impressive. Why would boxing media writers, the day Errol Spence defeats Danny, a huge, in its own right, underdog story and comeback story, which everybody, when we watch $1 Million Baby or Rocky, Rocky, everyone loved when the Italian stallion got a chance at Apollo Creed. A great underdog story, comeback story. Your man's Apollo Creed in the fourth one got smacked. He got his ass smacked and killed, and you avenge it. Everybody loves these comeback stories, especially when they have the complexion for the protection or it's a movie. But Errol Spence is the real Rocky. He Black Rocky. To the culture, he Black Rocky. And now they don't want to give him credit. The East Coast ain't got love for Errol Spence after the accident? Well, let it be known then. Y'all some bums. Y'all some bums hating on Errol Spence. You a bum. To me, you a bum. You a bum. You're not no real boxing fan. Everybody should just bow down and shut the fuck up and praise this man for doing that. I know motherfuckers get a paper cut and can't tolerate it. This man flew through a car, came back and beat Danny and beat his ass. I gave Danny 2 rounds. Stop playing with me. You a bum. You a bum if you can't respect that. And please print that. You a bum. Bro, this is a movie shit. I give credit where credit's due. The East Coast ain't got love for Errol Spence after the accident. Hey, cuz, we know where the fuck we at. Bro, how can you not? I love a good underdog story. I love a good underdog story. Yeah, motherfucker get a paper cut and call out to work and shit. Man, y'all weak. I said a motherfucker, they get a paper cut and call out to work. Oh, yeah, Roger, I don't think I'm to be able to make it today. Like, what happened? I got a paper cut, I was filing some documents and this paper cut, it's ouch, owie, is stinging. It's stinging. So I'm not going to be able to make it to work the next 2 days. Like, bro, this man flew through a fucking vehicle and his vehicle looked like motherfucking tuna can and shit. Man, stop playing. Y'all get a paper cut and be out for the week. Man, stop playing. And see, I can respect it because y'all don't know my life. I've been through shit. I ain't been in a car accident, God willing, but I've been through shit that could have claimed my life. And I know what it takes to bounce back. I've been through physical therapy where I couldn't walk. You see, y'all don't know that, but it's cool. So I respect it as a man. I respect what Man Down did as a man. And he said, like, bro, it was a dangerous proposition. You're fighting Danny, who's heavy-handed and experienced, just that alone. And he might be type bigger. Errol looked kind of skinny. You know what I'm saying? He lean with muscle, but he looks skinnier than he has in the past. Danny might have outweighed him on fight night. Real talk. Errol arms look like wirier and like skinnier than before. You see what I'm saying? He looks skinnier in this fight. Y'all weak. And y'all got the audacity to hate on this man. All right. I just can't. See, look, people are saying it. He definitely looks skinnier to me in this particular fight. And that's how you know the real haters, they wasn't gonna give no credit regardless, because you're damned if you, especially if you black in America, you're a black athlete, you're a black man in America, you always got to have your antennas up at all times. That's not racist. That's not being biased. That's not playing the race card. It's the reality. If you live in America and you're a black male, keep your antennas up, keep your guards up, because there are people and there are culprits and there are factions of this society. They not going to give you no credit. You damned if you do and you damned if you don't. If Errol got cooked by Danny, they say he was a bum. I knew he was overrated. As soon as Danny touched his chin and as soon as he fought a big puncher, he was out of there. That didn't happen, of course, and they still hating. oh, Danny was overrated. Danny never really beat no one at top level. Man, stop. Man, stop. And meanwhile, you see a lot of old media advocating for Crawford and Spence. I got so much to say about that fight, but that shit ain't what y'all think. Not talking about as a fight, but the business is not there. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. But first, Cash App's on the screen. We got a super chat. Let me get this money. Like 50 said, if ninjas hate, then watch the money pile up. Spence gonna laugh to the bank. Spence versus Bud might be a 70-30 split now. See? This man talking about Canelo. Block him. See, you know what's hilarious? And I got to point this out as a content creator. If y'all want to hear something that's hilarious, shout out to Be More. You know what's hilarious as a content creator? This is what I'm telling you about. I need y'all to smash the like button. We could definitely do better considering the amount of people we have and where the likes are right now. You want to know what's funny about a content creator? Let's get the likes up. And can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Those two things, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what's funny. Let's get the likes up. Let's push that number up. I'm going to tell you what's funny. And hopefully we don't have to babysit the likes. Y'all just do it. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Screw it. Just do it. That's the only way I could do these streams for you guys. Likes or loot. Because if the likes ain't where it's at and the engagement ain't where it's at, then I got to do regular video or enjoy my day and shit. So let's get that up. But the thing that's funny is I did a parody earlier about Michael Jackson. I start talking about music, right? And I'm just telling you as a host, as a content creator. And they said, get back on track, Ego. Talk about Errol. Talk about Errol. Remember? I just did the Michael Jackson skit. And people said, get back. I came to hear about Errol Spence and Danny and whatever, right? And Pacquiao. But then you have random people coming in talking about Canelo. I ain't say a word about Canelo. And then they say I hate Canelo. You see what I'm saying? It's just funny. I just had to point that out. When I get distracted and, go on little tangents and jokes and skits and stuff like that, y'all say get back to the subject. But then you randomly talk about Canelo and I wasn't even saying nothing about Canelo. It's funny how that works. Pay attention. Keep your third eye open. Back to Spence. Y'all said he was slurring and all this. He can't take a punch. And then now you try to berate Danny Garcia. Because he didn't. They was praying and hoping that this man Spence would lose. They wanted him to lose, bro. They was hoping that would happen. They was hoping his jaw was shattered and decimated from the wreck. But he emerged like a true beast. And, they just move on to, Danny wasn't all that. No, we're not doing them games. Please, no. Other people, boxing media, me, Icy, Ricky, everybody, that real boxing fans. Errol beat Danny. Nothing personal against Danny. He did his thing. He just lost. Everyone's happy. It's a good atmosphere in boxing. Like Errol, okay, he came back, true underdog story. You got boxing media writing articles talking about enough is enough. When will Errol fight Terrence Crawford? If that's not agendas and propaganda, I don't know what it is. The man just fought a hard 12 rounds, post car wreck, and now you talking about Crawford. Like, can he see his daughters and his brand new son? You talking about Crawford. You talking about Crawford. And Crawford saying he don't need Errol and he in the crowd. Man, y'all trying to screw boxing up. Not on this channel. Not on this channel. Not on this channel. We're not advocating for weird behavior. That's why I told you I checked all y'all. When I did the Box Eagle watch party, I purposely said I'm not going to overly talk about Crawford. I said I want to talk about the fight we just seen, Errol and Danny. That's what I want to talk about because that's what I just witnessed. Y'all getting the game fucked up. Listen, they fucking the game up. They fucking the game up. I'm like a pitcher, but I never change up. Listen, I said they fucking the game up. I'm like a pitcher, but I never change up. You ain't fucking up this brand. You ain't fucking my name up. I promise you that. Errol just fought Danny, and you talking about Crawford, who's in the crowd. Like, it's not a realistic thing. Errol got to chill out with his family, and you even have boxing media asking questions about Crawford. It's an agenda. If you go listen, my Box Eagle watch party, when Crawford fought Kell Brook, I talked about the card. I talked about the performance. Now, Errol Spence. People are gonna say, listen, when they can't do what you do or disprove what you're saying, they resort to childish insults. Y'all ever notice that? They know I speak that ghetto gospel. And when they can't prove me wrong, they say, you dick riding Errol Spence. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just a fair person. You know what I mean? It's a fair person. Errol Spence has made better business moves. His team is on the same page, at least from the, if they got drama behind the scenes, we don't really know about it. Al Heyman's not throwing Spence under the bus, but Bob Arum is to Crawford. So it had nothing to do with dick riding, all these stupid terms that they come out. It has something to do with the reality of the situation. The reality is Bob Arum is cussing Terrence Crawford out and saying, hey, do you want to re-sign him? Who needs him? That he's saying shit like, I could have bought a house and shit. That's a reality. That's not dick right. See, it's like misdirected anger. Crawford fans have a lot of misdirected anger. They angry at me or whoever, who Ricky Williams, all the people saying what they saying, but they not mad at a white Jewish man, Bob Arum. And he's the one that said all this stuff about Crawford. I'm not saying anything to denigrate Crawford's brand. I'm just telling you, like, if anything, I'm reacting to what the situation really is and what's being said. So how you have anger, misdirected anger towards me or Errol Spence or whoever, but you don't have no energy towards the people who are supposed to be his biggest allies and advocates. I told y'all got the game fucked up. Ah, man, Errol's success is bigger than boxing. 3 successful pay-per-views. Well, we don't know the numbers for this one, so I can't say that, but it looked turned. Ultimately proves you don't need a promoter. No wonder Bob Arum is mad. Errol Spence is killing his hustle. And old media wants Terrence Crawford rewarded for making decisions that didn't positively impact his brand. You aligned yourself with the people you aligned yourself with and made the decisions, and now you're in the situation you are, and you talking about, I'm hungry, but they won't feed me. Ain't nobody job to feed you. You ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Ain't nobody job to feed you. Come on, bro. Imagine if I woke up in the morning and said, man, I want to get on YouTube and do videos, but they won't make content for my channel. What? I'm a machine. I'm the Terminator, bro. I don't need nobody to make content for my channel. And even if I had like a big team on my channel that was pushing out content, the show must go on. Even if they said, oh, I don't have time to cover fights for you or boom, 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 my channel still will exist. I got to do double duty. This is my whole life. I've worked in some capacity my whole life. So there was times as a manager where certain things I didn't have to do as a manager because I worked my way up to the top and I had a team that I would delegate things to. But if someone would get fired or quit, and we had a big district walk, then guess what? I got to roll up them sleeves and show you how I got here. And I got to do the grunt work that I may not otherwise had to have done because I had a team. When someone gets fired or is on vacation and you have an important district walk where they're going to look at your departments and stuff, then I got to get my hands dirty. Terrence Crawford asking people to feed him. I don't know what part of the game that is. Absolum, you are one of the greatest of all time. Hall of Fame. Appreciate you. The man, listen, Cash App on the screen. My man T-Bone, my man Big Dog, he sent $10. Much love, T-Bone. Ricky Williams. Man, the money keep coming in from different directions. I'm like, oh, okay. My man Ricky Williams said Errol Spence just beat 3 Hall of Famers in a row on pay-per-view, but has no leverage. Ricky Williams be cooking y'all. Y'all need to give this man his respect. He cooking y'all. He said, Bud be like, feed me, Seymour. Yeah. Let's get the likes up. He said, Porter and Thurman trying to feed you. That's what I'm saying. Listen, let's talk about this in deeper detail. Can y'all please get the likes up? Let's talk about it in deeper detail. In my honest opinion, after further review and thinking about it, Crawford and Errol Spence, based on the eye test, is a good fight. You know, they both have skills. They're both undefeated. Boom, boom, boom. It's not the mega marketing machine big fight that people think it is. See, the old media is doing all this stuff because they're losing. The people that they've aligned their brands with, or the agendas that they're being paid to push, or whatever their situation. Now, I can't really speak for other people and what they do, but we see the games and the double standard. The bottom line is this: Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence is not that big. It's not that big. Great fight, skillfully, yes, but it's not that big. And you have to understand, there's other fights that could come before that would make Errol Spence and Crawford a bigger deal. Let's be real. To this point, Terrence Crawford kind of wants at welterweight. He can't live off 135 and 140 accomplishments and accolades, because that has nothing to do with Errol being the head honcho at welterweight. That's what this is about. Errol Spence is killing you branding wise. He's killing you. Numbers better, more pay-per-views, better performances on pay-per-views, great performances against greater opposition, things like that. Crawford has all knockouts. But, okay, Crawford's playing games, and I'm going to explain why. Errol Spence did his thing. Not only did he beat Danny better than anyone else did, EJ smashed all the talk and narrative that built up the fight. Big facts. Appreciate you. Big facts. Listen, y'all going ham in the Cash App and the Super Chat. Let's go. I'm ready. We got $10 from Jared. He sent a Cash App. Jared Mumford. Appreciate you guys. You guys are going crazy. Let's analyze this. Billy Crystal. Terrence Crawford has not done the heavy lifting in this division, this current division. Terrence Crawford, I'm gonna prove that he's playing the game. And it's up to you to listen to what I'm saying, listen to what he's saying, and interpret it. But I'll put it out there. All right. For starters, Crawford, I've always said this, is a great fighter. Crawford, business-wise, and his team and how he's been marketed has not been the greatest. I've always said that. Right? Peep this. Peep this. Is it just me, or have you noticed ESPN and Top Rank seem to promote Crawford better? Listen, I said, have you noticed, or is it just me, that ESPN Top Rank, basically his network and promoter, seem to promote Crawford better when a PBC fighter, usually in that division, preferably Errol Spence, is fighting? Have you noticed, or is it just me? I'm going to say it again. Have you noticed that Crawford gets better promotion when Errol is fighting than when he's fighting on his own network? They say your network is your net worth. And guess what? He gets better promotion when PBC fighters are fighting. When Errol's fighting Danny, he got more promotion. His name is probably more searched than when your own promoter and your own network is promoting you. Say what? Who want what, bro? Y'all can't beat me. Y'all can't defeat me with these talking points, bro. You know how? Because I have a popular channel. I lived it. If I make a video about Crawford and Kell Brook, the numbers, you know, we always do good numbers. But if I make a video about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, after Errol fights, the numbers speak for themselves. right? Hold on. I'm about to cook y'all. Boxing's finest. I'm one of boxing's finest. Shout out to boxing finest. Wasn't Ward the A side when he went up to fight Kovalev and didn't accomplish anything in Kovalev's division? He had 2 fights, so he did accomplish a little something. But yeah, he was the A side. Hold on, let me cook. Bro, let me cook. How you get promoted more by your own network when Errol fighting than when you fighting? That don't make sense. And listen, I could prove this in so many different ways. Listen, it's like the 5 deadly venoms. I've mastered their styles. That's why I can destroy them. It's like the 5 deadly venoms. He himself did an interview with Ak and Barack. Don't make me pull it up. He himself did an interview with Ak and Barack. And he said his promotion was not up to par. That's what Crawford said. He personally said, when I was fighting Khan, nobody knew about the price point. They didn't release if it was going to even be on pay-per-view or ESPN. Icy, block him. I don't know who you talk about, but if they name drop him, block him. That's just what it was. I need y'all to smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. He personally said that. He said that people couldn't find my fight. That's what he said. People didn't know the price of my fight. That's what he said. So this is his own, very own words. Shout out to Sura. Appreciate you. Here's another example of what I am saying. So the day Errol Spence's, okay, so keep in mind Crawford went live the week of Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, to talk about Errol Spence and talk about his resume, talk about Danny's resume, talk about Sean Porter. You know, really the bulk of that Instagram live that we've already went over was a multitude of PBC fighters he was talking about. He talked about David Benavidez, Canelo. He talked about Sean Porter's resume. He talked about Errol Spence's resume. He talked a little bit about Kell Brook and Danny Garcia. That was the bulk of the whole conversation on that Instagram. And then he did talk about Shakur a little bit. So that's one example. That's one example. This is Top Rank on Instagram. The day Errol Spence fights. There's a picture of Crawford walking out to the Kell Brook fight. Hold on. Give me a second. Please smash the like button. I need y'all, please smash the like button. The day Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia. This is Top Rank. You see, verified page. It says some Bud Crawford for your feed just because. So coincidentally, you decided to randomly post a picture of Bud Crawford walking out before his last fight, the day that Errol Spence is fighting Danny Garcia. Right? And we can continue to do this if you guys want. The fight with Bud Crawford and Errol Spence is not negotiated or anything. Like there's no Errol's resting with his family. He told you. He literally cut off all Terrence Crawford questions, kept them short. And after that, at the post-fight press conference, this is what Top Rank posted. It says, who you got? Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, and it's some odds from whatever boxing company it is. Vegas put up some odds today if you're into that kind of thing. Right? and so on and so forth. So once again, ESPN and Top Rank, they're posting, and for full disclosure, PBC did post a graphic, but it had Pacquiao and Errol, and it had a graphic of Terrence Crawford and Errol. But the reason I'm not really talking about the PBC graphic is because they're actually promoting all their fighters ongoing anyway. You see what I'm saying? So Errol Spence is getting maxed out exposure with PBC. So that, to me, that's not a problem. They always promote Caleb Plants and their fighters. But what I'm saying is Kell Brook versus Crawford fight week, the promotion was abysmal. Leading up to the fight, it was abysmal. The announcement came, how did Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, we knew they were fighting before we knew Crawford and Kell Brook was official beyond a rumor, and Crawford fought Kell Brook sooner than Errol Spence just fought last week. So once again, I stand by what I just said. Crawford is getting better promotion from his own network when Errol fights, so they could piggyback and clout chase off of Errol, which is more or less proving that Errol is the A side. Because why didn't Top Rank post Terrence Crawford 4 months ago and say little bud for your, you know what I'm saying, on Shakur's fight night, and say little bud for your feed, just because they doing that on purpose, which is very apparent to see. Which also begs the question, how can Crawford be the A side if your side promotes you better when PBC has a fight? Like Errol Spence, Porter, then they start bringing up Crawford. You can't wait till another promoter does a fight to promote your guy. Shout out to Esso. In a way, Crawford has good management because he's getting overpaid to fight lower level guys and still gets media push as a pound for pound. The jig is up, though. I disagree with that. It's not good management because Bob Arum publicly is complaining about having to pay him that much. So so you would rather get overpaid, but then your promoter's throwing you on the bus saying I'm overpaying him and he losing me money? That's a hell of a trade-off. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a trade-off. That's like getting a dope haircut. Your barber gives you a dope haircut, but because of your texture of hair or some shit, it takes them longer, so they complaining during the whole haircut. I'd rather just go to another barber. You see what I'm saying? I would rather go to another barber than to listen to a barber complain the whole way through. You know, cutting my hair like, man, yo shit, these curls is annoying, bro. Your shit hard to blend in line. Like, I'd rather go to another barber. To be honest, if you gonna complain, like, fuck that, just cut my shit. I'm paying you, right? Come on, man. RG, the truth is Bud is way behind in the ratings department, or who is the bigger draw when it comes to Spence and Pacquiao fight proves this point it's all about money. Facts. This dude in here stalking my Instagram. Hey, Icy, you got to screenshot it. Send it to me. My man Winston said integrity still matters. And this is a case of what it looked like is what it is. My man Jay Stacks, he says that fight is now 65-35 as far as he's concerned for Spence. Now I get it. Crawford got accomplishments at 35 and 40, but Spence is the king of 47. See? And you notice the thing is, people, I don't pick sides per se. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, I'm on the side of the truth. That's it. That's me. I like Crawford. I like Spence, but I like the truth more than either fighter. And I like the growth of the sport of boxing more than either fighter, because that's the totality of it all. You see what I'm saying? We can keep going. But you notice this. From what I've seen, people like myself and people like Jay Stacks, who just left that comment, right? Which was, I guess you could say, pro Errol in nature, right? Whatever. Crawford, people who are pro Crawford, if that's what we're doing, will say, "Oh, you Errol Spence fans are unrealistic," right? But what Jay Stack said was very fair. He says, "I see it as 65-35 Errol lion's share, even though I acknowledge Crawford's greatness at 35 or 40 or what he's accomplished." But if you look on the flip side of the coin, the people who are saying, F it, just make the fight, Crawford's the A side, the argument to me is falling apart. That's it. The argument is falling apart. It's not making the same rational sense. That's my honest opinion. Now, Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. It has been stated that MP Promotions advisor Sean Gibbons reacted to Spence beating Garcia. And what he said was he talked to Pacquiao. Pacquiao said Errol Spence looked good and he's down to fight him. Right? That's what he's claiming. This was placed up on Twitter a couple of days ago. So doesn't mean they've negotiated anything like that, but it just means that there is an interest level there. Back to what I was saying about Crawford and his promotion and why it's not the same is, did Pacquiao even react when Crawford knocked out Kell Brook publicly? That's the question for y'all. Did you see a reaction from Manny Pacquiao? Hold on. I'm about to cook. My question to you guys, since we're all being rational, when Crawford knocked out Kell Brook, did you see or hear any articles, any videos, any Pacquiao advisors, or anybody who came out publicly and said Pacquiao loved how Crawford looked or anything similar? Jay Stacks, I'm going to say it again. After Crawford beat Kell Brook 2-3 weeks ago, did you get a reaction or hear any type of reaction from Team Pacquiao that he even watched Crawford versus Kell Brook? Now, you see the people reacting. No, not a sound. Good question, not at all, no. Once again, Crawford keeps saying he's the A side, but you have a legendary fighter like Pacquiao who, at best, he has tweeted, which can be confirmed by his own Twitter page, that I watched Errol Spence and he congratulated Errol Spence on the Danny Garcia victory. In addition to that, you have a Pacquiao advisor, and this was days ago, who came out and talked to Yahoo Sports. Listen, I got all the work. Right? And this is on the screen. You guys are seeing it. This is Kevin Aioli, a boxing writer of Yahoo Sports. Just spoke to Sean Gibbons of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He said, so an advisor, one of Pacquiao's management and advisors, his team, Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He's an advisor of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. I just spoke to Sean Gibbons of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He said that Senator Manny Pacquiao said he was impressed and thought Errol Spence looked good. He still has the fire to fight next year and would like to take on Spence. You really be breaking this down because it's easy, because I'm going off of facts. Now, I don't see everything. I don't. I am human. But Crawford just fought 2-3 weeks ago. And my question to you, since I can't possibly see everything, I'm asking everybody in this chat. We have almost 600 people plus in here. So I'm asking you guys, the guys that are like boxing enough to come to my chat on a random Monday, smash the like button. Have you guys seen Pacquiao react, or anybody from Pacquiao's team about Crawford, who just fought 2-3 weeks ago and look good and stop Kell Brook. Have you seen a reaction from Pacquiao or his team regarding that? These are the questions I'm asking you. Everyone keeps saying nope. These are legit questions because Crawford says he's the A side. He's the A side. So you're the A side in your mind at welterweight, and you the big fish. Errol saying he's the big fish, but there's supplemental things that are indicating that Errol Spence is really the A side. Shout out to Darrell Greggs. Appreciate you. Manny Pacquiao, I did not hear him say one word about Terrence Crawford's performance over Kell Brook, and he got a stoppage. Errol went the distance. Errol took Danny Garcia 12 rounds. More indication that Errol Spence is the A side. So Crawford thought enough of the fight between Errol Spence and Danny Garcia to go to it live. Manny Pacquiao thought enough of the fight to stop what he was doing to see how the boy Errol and Danny was looking. That's A side. You got the whole world, a Hall of Fame boxer. It's up to, he's going to bite me. You got Manny Pacquiao of General Santos watching your fight, and immediately, I know he watched the fight because I seen the tweet, and they put the tweet on the telecast. Manny Pacquiao said, "Congrats to Errol Spence," boom, 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 on his verified page. It happened so soon after the fight that they actually included it in the telecast. So you know Pacquiao had to be watching it in real time to the point where they could have even put it in the telecast. I bought the pay-per-view, and in the telecast, they showed a tweet. Everything I'm saying is actual fact, and boom, look, I ain't going to talk about it. I ain't going to do it. There's the tweet. Look. They put this, look, you see Fox logo, because I ordered the pay-per-view. It says, "Welcome back, Errol Spence. Congratulations on your victory." This is a screenshot and a screen cap from the actual pay-per-view of Spence Garcia. So you know Pacquiao was really watching the fight if they were able to include this in the actual pay-per-view telecast. You know, they must have had a social media person working, and, you know, they were collecting, seeing what people's reaction was. Shout out to Anthony. He said, "Show you right. I saw it too." So that's what I'm saying. Crawford keeps saying he's the A side, but you're not having a legendary Pacquiao remarking on your fight. So you know what the bigger fight was. You know it was promoted better. Now, in an effort to continue cooking you, another thing that is very telling, not only have I shown you that Pacquiao was watching Errol Spence and watching enough to actually remark, "Welcome back. Congrats on your victory," in real time. And his own Manny Pacquiao Promotions advisor, Sean Gibbons, told this, hey, he was impressed with Spence. He looked good, and he has the fire to fight in 2021 and would like to take on Spence. Which brings me to my next point, so I can continue stirring this gumbo pot, the ghetto gospel, the ghetto gumbo. I can continue cooking y'all. You know, this is a light simmer. Pacquiao is remarking on an Errol Spence fight in real time, which I just showed you, and his own advisor is saying that he's open to fighting Errol Spence. If it happens, I don't know, but that's what he's saying. But Terrence Crawford is saying he's the A side, but he just fought 2-3 weeks ago against a welterweight that he wants a lot of credit for in 2020. Kell Brook stopped him. Pacquiao, to my knowledge, hasn't said anything publicly. So that has to be something that scares you. In addition to that is Crawford and team keep telling the world that they were this close to fighting Pacquiao in Qatar. That's what they keep saying. They said they were fighting Pacquiao in Qatar, and shucks, the CDC or equivalent said, oh, we can't do a live gate, and all of a sudden the fight got canceled. So we had to go with Kell Brook. That's what they're telling people. So looking by the indications on here, you have a Pacquiao who we don't know if he watched Crawford Brook or not because he's never remarked on it. But what we do know in real time is that he did watch Errol Spence, and he says he's down to fight Errol Spence according to his representation that he has in long time representation. So that is not a good sign for Terrence Crawford. Crawford's team keeps saying, oh, you know, it's just postponed. We just can't fight right now, but Pacquiao wants to fight us. And it was a done deal. That's what Arum and Team Crawford is saying. So to me, it's not really looking good. And if Errol Spence gets a Pacquiao fight before Crawford, man. Do you guys understand this? Let me get my water. Do you guys understand this? Let's get the likes up. Let me get my water. We got to break this down. I need to hydrate, though. Can y'all please get the likes up? I know. Sorry, y'all got to watch me drink. My bad, y'all. So, again, this is going to look extremely bad for Team Crawford if a third PBC fighter, and to my knowledge, Pacquiao has one more fight with PBC, you know, unless they have a way out or something. If Errol does get the Pacquiao fight, that's going to look bad for Crawford because for the last 4 to 6 years plus, Team Crawford and Top Rank have masqueraded saying that, you know, Pacquiao is an option for Crawford. But how, like, just imagine somebody from your block, from your, wherever you live, your region, keep saying, what's the flyest car? What name a fly car that, I'm going to have y'all help me with this analogy. Name a fly 2021 car that you would love to have. Just a luxury car, sports car, muscle car. I'm going to have y'all help me with this analogy. Name a 2021 car that's expensive and you would love to have it. Whoever is the first that I see that answers that, they can help me with this analogy. Just name a luxury car. All right, Porsche 911. Cool. That's the first one I really seen. Now we're going to do the Porsche 911. All right. Imagine if every day I tell y'all I'm about to cop that new Porsche 911, right? And I'm talking about, yeah, man, we're going to get custom paint and rims and, you know, the upholstery is this. I'm going to have my Boxing Ego logo in it and boom, boom, boom. And I keep telling y'all that. Imagine if I've been telling y'all that for 4 to 6 years. So first it was the 2019 Porsche 911. You know? No, actually, we have to take it back further. Let's say in 2016, I told you I was going to get the Porsche 911. Then I said in 2017, I was going to get the 2018 Porsche 911 and so on and so forth. And for all intents and purposes, I never get that car. What would you say? What would you say? Ego, he didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? He keeps saying he's going to get the car, but we never get to see it. So why would Bud Crawford, a phenomenal fighter, be treated, why would he be treated any differently? You and your team collectively have been talking about a Pacquiao fight, and this is before the pandemic. So you can't just say, oh, it's the pandemic, everybody. The pandemic is why the fight can't happen. Because at best, that would only exclude why you didn't fight him this year. But you guys were in or around the same divisions, 140, 147. Crawford was at 140, and Pacquiao fought Chris Algieri in Macau, China, where they have a vast economy, and that was at a catchweight of 143. You see what I'm saying? So Pacquiao can probably easily make 143. He's not the biggest dude. So he probably could have made a catchweight fight at 43 like they did with Chris Algieri. So, yeah, what if I said I was going to get the Porsche 911 and I just had an excuse? Man, I went to the dealership. They said they was closed because of COVID. Like, bro, it doesn't sound realistic. It's like the boy who cried wolf. So as a result, you got to restore that confidence in the boxing public. If you could get the Pacquiao fight, show us. There's nothing to talk about at this point. Other than that, you've already lost the trust of boxing with that statement. You see what I'm saying? You've already said for so long that you was finna fight Pacquiao, and we've never gotten to see it or never even had a press conference. You've lost the trust with that issue. Now, leads me to my next point. Errol Spence is the big fish. We know that. There are other great fights for Crawford, like Sean Porter, his mandatory, like Keith Thurman. I can understand that Crawford is passionate and stubborn, but you can't let your foolish pride dictate. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but what I'm saying is not, to me, it's not a good look to let that dictate your rational mind, you know, where you're saying different things and it doesn't really make sense from the outside looking in. So I don't know if people in Crawford's corner see it the same, but overall, it's not a good look. And Errol continues to widen the gap versus anything else, because wait till the Danny Garcia number comes back. If it's a respectable number, if the numbers come back, then that's just another nail in the coffin to Crawford's claim that he's the A side. We don't even know what the numbers are going to be at this point, you know? But if it comes back respectable in the pandemic, you know? So all in all, it just keeps getting worse for Crawford from the business perspective. Right? It continues to get worse. Because the gap keeps getting wider. I could keep cooking, bro. This is easy. See, I told you, the internet is too powerful. Too much has been said. Too much has been publicly put out. There's no way to really reverse all of these things. Does anybody know? Okay, I'll prove it. I'll beat any man in his womb. Less than 60 seconds. Does anybody know the attendance for Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia? What was the announced attendance? Oh my God. I didn't want to have to do this, but y'all made me. What is the announced attendance to Errol Spence, Danny Garcia? Anybody know? Anybody? Shout out to Not Z. Shout out to Professor Goods. 16,000. I think it was 16,102 to be exact. So we'll say 16,000. I didn't want to have to do this. Crawford became a champion beating who? At welterweight. Who did Crawford beat at welterweight to become a champion? Yes, it was 16,000 in a pandemic with Danny Garcia. AT&T Stadium, Texas. They have, the Rona restrictions, but they still allow a crowd. 16,000 people. Who did Crawford beat to become a champion at welterweight? Shout out to my boy Ricky Williams. I didn't want to have to do this, but y'all made me. Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn, the announced attendance was 8,112 fans. 8,112 fans. Which means in a pandemic, Errol Spence, based on the state he's from, doubled your attendance. And some people are going to get mad. Oh, you're talking about numbers. I'm talking about numbers because it pertains to the A-side conversation. Shout out to Adrian. Bud got nothing but broken promises. In a non-pandemic, in a title fight, I told you I was cooking. I told you I was cooking. Listen, in a non-pandemic, in a title fight with a respected name, we've known about Bud since Gamboa. Okay. That was in 2014. The Jeff Horn fight, it happened, we'll say, in 2018. So we knew Bud a whole good 4 years. I just pulled it up. Jeff Horn in Las Vegas, and I was in attendance, so it was 8,112. Plus, I was one of them. So it was really, if I didn't go, it would have been 8,111 because I was at that fight. So whatever. I was there. So it was 8,112. Errol just doubled your attendance. That was your title fight. You had just became undisputed. You're assigned to a big network and a promoter that has been around since Muhammad Ali days, right? And in Las Vegas, which is a tourist town, Bud Crawford did 8,112 for his announced attendance in a title fight after Jeff Horn had beaten Pacquiao. I told you I didn't want to have to do this, but I got to cook y'all. After Jeff Horn had beaten Pacquiao, and it did the best ratings that ESPN Boxing has ever done. Look it up. If you look at since the partnership with Top Rank, Pacquiao Jeff Horn holds the crowd. Pacquiao Jeff Horn did higher viewership than Teofimo Lomachenko. Men lie, women lie, but ego don't. I mean, numbers don't. That's what I meant to say. But ego don't either. So Jeff Horn was coming from a high profile fight. He was champion. He beat Pacquiao. Those two together on ESPN did the best numbers that Top Rank has done since ESPN Top Rank signed this new deal. And in Las Vegas, in a non-pandemic year, Crawford did half of the viewership or half of the announced attendance that Errol Spence did coming off a car accident in Texas during a pandemic where they really couldn't, based on social restrictions and social distancing restrictions, they really couldn't pack out the place like in a normal circumstance. And celebrities like Tank and all them Charlos went there. Shout out to Omaha. This man says, let's talk boxing, but I'm talking boxing. Block him. It's a wrap. Errol Spence. See, listen. Everybody in the game can see when I'm sharp, and when I'm sharp and I'm focused and I'm not paying attention to like the distractions, just cooking. You see, they always try to create distractions. They try to knock me off my pivot some kind of way. They think these points, I'm going to forget where I'm at and all that. So just block them. Jeff, what's up? I see you. Listen, I can multitask. We can do it however y'all want to do it. Cash App's on the screen. Back to what I was saying. In a non-pandemic, Bud did 8,000 in the title fight with Jeff Horn. After Jeff Horn and Pacquiao set a record for ESPN for the highest viewed ESPN boxing top ranked telecast since they've been working. In that Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight did better numbers than Teofimo Lomachenko, which was on paper a very good fight that people were checking for. Right? So the only people that are going to get mad at these facts are the people who don't want to be rational. And they like, why are you talking numbers? I'm talking numbers because it pertains to the A side. That's inaccurate, Boss Red. I was at that fight too. Spence Ocampo didn't do 27,000. That's not true. It did 15, 16,000. That's not true. I don't know where you got that. I was at that fight. Let me do the cooking because that was wrong. So can you imagine Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia if COVID wasn't a thing? You know what I mean? and he could have just that venue can hold 80 to 120,000. Now I don't think it would have got to 100, 120,000, you know, but hey, I don't know. I don't know what it would have done, but it's pretty safe to say fights like Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz at the Staples Center, non-COVID, you know, Spence, Garcia at the AT&T Stadium, it clearly, if it did those crowds that they did, 10,000 and 16,000, it clearly would have been more if people weren't worried about, you know, social distancing. And the regulations didn't stipulate that you could only have a certain max capacity. These are the facts, people. So, again, listen, Crawford will not win this A-side battle. Great fighter, he will not win. And another reason, the only people that are going to get mad at what I'm saying and say, oh, it's supposed to be about boxing, don't let them distract you. Don't let them distract you. They're going to say, oh, Ego, you're supposed to see, you want to see all the fights. Listen, I'm steps ahead of everybody. I'm steps ahead of everybody. They're going to say, Ego, why are you talking about salaries and numbers and attendance? F all that. Who cares? It's supposed to be about boxing. But Crawford, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Crawford is telling the world that he's the greatest based on his accolades and personal achievements and undisputed. You see what I'm saying? So how can I'm using, bro, I'm hitting boxing over the head with their own venom. Crawford himself points to his personal accolades in previous divisions as a reason why he feels he's the A side. So if we're comparing accolades and milestones, we have to look at Errol's attendance, 16,000 in a pandemic, versus your title fight attendance, right? With Jeff Horn, when you're fighting for a title after being undisputed and Jeff Horn just beat Pacquiao, you did half of the attendance. So how is it that Terrence Crawford can talk about his milestones and accolades, but I can't compare actual factual announced numbers to in statistics? But he's saying he's the best based on his statistics. You see, you can't hedge your bet like that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If we go and look at the A side, we got to look at what the A side consists of, and we got to break this down and see who's who. Don't get at me like, oh, I thought you was a real boxing fan. I am a real boxing fan, but we know the parameters of what A side means and who the leverage sways to in these different situations and conditions. For example, slow it down. I just dissed you. Let me keep cooking. If y'all want me to keep cooking, let's get the likes to 600. And can I get a hell yeah? Crawford is from Omaha, but Spence is from Texas, which is the second largest population in the U.S. But that puts him at an advantage that he can't help where his family raised him from. He's Texas and California. We big states. We the biggest states in America. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from Cali. You can't hold that against me because I'm from Cali. I'm from where my family moved us. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want me to keep cooking, can I get a hell yeah? Block HDL King. He said you cherry picking. I ain't even a fighter. So how am I cherry picking? Block him. Yeah, we gonna pick you out the crowd. Yeah, we gonna pick you out the crowd. He said I'm cherry picking. I'm not even fighting. How am I cherry picking? Okay. Hey, I need my shoes. Block. Who Icy? My boy Icy on fire. All right, the fans keep saying hell yeah. The likes didn't move up. Hey, y'all got to get the likes up. Hulk Bradley, hide him. Okay, you did it. Hey, we got to get the likes to 600. I don't know if it's frozen or what. Let's go. This is Terrence Crawford, y'all.
Terrence Crawford still is a 3-time world champion, 2-time millennial champion, undisputed world champion, fighter of the year, ESPN. We can keep going on and on.
The undisputed, not yet. Yeah.
Undisputed.
At welterweight, you
Undisputed. It doesn't matter what weight class. He was undisputed. You know, when we talk about undisputed, there's only a handful of people that can even say that they got close to being undisputed. You know, Floyd wasn't even undisputed. Pacquiao wasn't even undisputed. De La Hoya lost when he tried to fight Bernard Hopkins to become undisputed. So let's look at all the great fighters that was undisputed. It's a handful of them. So I take honor and pride in saying
that was Terrence Crawford. Now let me factor in this. His talking point is a straw man argument. Shout out to Professor Goods. Leonard let Hagler be the A side, and it cost Hagler bigger gloves and bigger ring, which led to his loss. Bro, Terrence Crawford I don't know how clear that came through, but Terrence Crawford literally just said, fighter of the year. I was fighter of the year, Ring Magazine champion, undisputed. And then the host, the interviewer, said, oh, undisputed at 140, not undisputed at 47. He said, it don't matter. Only a handful of people can say that they were ever undisputed. His argument, he said, which is true, there's not that many people that have been undisputed. Like Jermaine Taylor was undisputed, Bernard Hopkins, etc. But he said, it don't matter. I was undisputed, period. So whatever top rank conditioning or brainwashing or whatever has Crawford in his bag, thinking that holds superior weight. You were undisputed and people gave you credit, but that was in a different weight class, right? And he just said he don't care. I was still undisputed. That is something that Floyd Mayweather was never. But guess what? This is why that argument is going to fail, because Crawford is about 33 years old. By the time Floyd Mayweather was 33, he had amassed a legendary resume. I don't know exactly how old Floyd was in each fight, but I do know he was 30 when he fought De La Hoya. See, now I got to cook y'all. I keep having to cook y'all. And this is real boxing talk. Floyd beat De La Hoya to become Money Mayweather when he was 30. So he just said Floyd wasn't undisputed. Okay, that's fine. But Floyd also wasn't 33 years old with a resume that rivals yours. He was 33. He was fighting. He had already beaten De La Hoya. So at 33, he was probably, Marquez, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley. By 36, 37, he fighting Canelo. He already beat Cotto. Bro, Floyd became a champion 21 years old, Gennaro Hernandez, right? So, you were undisputed, but look at the path. You beat Indongo to become undisputed. That means something. Floyd beat Diego Corrales. They told him, don't take the Corrales fight. Shout out to Prince Savage. He did the math. He said he was 33 when he fought Mosley. So Mayweather was 33. Okay, so if that's the argument, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where Crawford's logic is coming from, but it's missing me. Way too smooth. He holding on to that undisputed like Fury with the lineal title. It's the top rank methodology or something. Shout out to the girl Alma. Ego, you are a great one. One of the best, awesome content from beginning. Spence Jr. is my man. Danny took a good loss, and he was a good sportsman. I like that. Until the end, your boxing knowledge is awesome. I appreciate you. God bless. Shout out to Alma. Amen Hunt. Errol did 17,000 with Ocampo. It was 17. Okay, that might be accurate. It was like 15 to 17. I know it was in there at the Frisco at the Star. Bro. So if we're just going to go tit for tat, let's talk about it. Tit for tat, Crawford was undisputed. To become undisputed, I was at your fight. You beat Indongo, whose best win was Ricky Burns or Troyanovsky. Ricky Burns ducked Broner. So we never even knew how good he was because he was on that, Scottish UK diet of fighters, right? And he didn't duck the main man that people wanted to see him fight at the time. This is all boxing talk and boxing knowledge. He said, it don't matter. I was undisputed. So Top Rank or his team or Omaha or whatever have programmed Crawford into believing because you were undisputed, which is not easy to accomplish. And I'm not denigrating that accomplishment, but you got to put in perspective. You are undisputed at age by you're undisputed, and you beaten Kell Brook by age 33. Mayweather, you just said Mayweather and Pacquiao weren't even undisputed. But one thing they were is respected for their competition. Bro, I don't know what the top ranked boot camp consists of, but people will respect your resume and who you're fighting a lot more than just mere titles. There's a lot of ways people get titles. Golovkin is running around with a title, but boxing fans know he didn't beat Derevchenko. You are denigrating that accomplishment. No, I'm putting in perspective. How did I denigrate it? I said you were undisputed. Hold on, we got a hot seat. Watch me, bro. Watch me clap Marcus. How did I denigrate it? I just said that was an accomplishment. Why would I denigrate it, but I went to the fight? 2 questions for you. Oh my gosh, this is going to be easy. I didn't take away the fact that Crawford beat Ndongo. I said Ndongo's best wins were Ricky Burns and Troyanovsky. So what do you disagree with? Who did Ndongo beat that was better than who I just said he beat? Now we doing a hot seat. Bro, they not better than me when it comes to this boxing. I'm boxing's encyclopedia, especially in my era. I'm not saying I'm Burt Sugar and I know everything that happened in 1912 and all that. But yeah, my era, let's go. Did he have the belts? Strike one. Who did Ndongo beat that was better than you disagreed with something? Who did Ndongo beat that was better than Ricky Burns and Troyanovsky, which is what I said. And you said I denigrated. You have the obligation. You made the claim. I didn't make the claim. You don't ask me questions. You made the claim that I took down his law. I gave him credit for it. I was even at his fight. So how did I denigrate it? You got one more response. Answer one of those few questions or you out of here. How did I denigrate it or name somebody that Ndongo beat prior to Crawford that was better than the people that I said he beat? This is how you catch a body. You see how quiet he is. How did I denigrate it? Who did Ndongo beat other than the people so if I denigrate, you mean I took something out of context or what? I told you pure fact from a real boxing fan. So if you disagree with that, you got to tell us why. Hey, you got 20 seconds. Hey, I'm going to let the fans vote. Should we block him? Should we block him right now? If we should block him, say block him in the comment. Okay, that's 2 for block him. Oh, we having a party. They get mad with what I say, but they can't disprove what I say. I told you could dislike, but you can't disprove. All right, block him. The fans voting. He wasting time. Bro, ego, he said it don't matter. Crawford beat who had the belts. I never took that away from Crawford. He did beat who had the belts. But so, okay. Bro, that's probably Crawford or somebody from his team because that's exactly the stuff Crawford is saying. He just said, I beat good names, the names that I had to beat. Nobody's saying you did. You're undefeated. We know you beat the names you said you had to beat. So, okay, listen. If I go to I'm the king of analogies. I'm the king of boxing talk. I promise you. See what I say and tell me if it makes rational sense. It is logical. If I leave the club, I go to the club. Let's say everybody in this chat right now is in the club with me. We in San Francisco. The club is turned. And I leave the club with this big, ugly chick because she's drunk and I give her a ride home and I smash. And she doesn't look pretty. She got snaggled teeth. Her shit is over, right? Right? Block KB. Block KB. He said you're a boxing narcissist. All right. Block him. Yeah. Narcissist that. Man, I'm a boxing narcissist, but my shooters don't miss. I leave the club. with this big Fiona from Shrek ogre looking chick, and I smash. Y'all be like, okay, he go pull something and he smash. If I'm at that same club, Halle Berry in the 90s, last Boy Scout Halle, Swordfish Halle, she at the club, and I take that home, and I do like Billy Bob Thornton in Monsters Ball. Make me feel good. I want to make you feel good. Make me feel good. Right? Prime Halle. And I smashed that. Are those two notches under my belt the same? You can't win. What Rocky wife say in Rocky 4? You can't win. Are you going to give me the same credit if I smash Boomerang Halle, a prime Halle Berry, Swordfish Halle, make me feel good, make me feel good, what I mean, that version of Halle versus this chick that looked like Papa Shango? Are you going to give me the same credit? I'm the king of analogies. Are you going to give me the same credit? They still added to my body count. I smash this girl or I smash Halle. It's still a body. Are you going to give me credit, the same credit, for those different bodies? Like, a body is a body is a body. Is that what we doing? My man, sir, he said, no, we wouldn't. You would give, bro, she looked like Papa Shango. You gonna give me the same credit? Come on, man. He said, and Dongo had the belts. I get it. He did have the belts. And that is an accomplishment. But that's not the same as Pacquiao's accomplishments at age 33 or by the age of 33. That's not the same as Floyd Money Easy Work accomplishments by the age of 33. Come on, bro. So I take some chick home because I got beer goggles. You gonna just give me credit no matter what just because I smashed something? Come on, bro. Y'all, man, y'all got the game. A twat is a twat. You a twat. Block him. That shit don't even make sense. That's how I know you don't get no pussy, bro. He said a twat is a twat. All right. That just shows me you don't have no standards. Come on, you ain't gonna get the same credit where I'm from. You don't get the same credit. We can give you credit, like, oh, he was in that girl's ear the whole night and he took her home. But she looked like Sharkeisha. That's what my man said. He said she looking like Sharkeisha. Yeah. Nah, bro. It's there's levels to everything. Like, here's another example. I'm the king of this. I could do this all day. Block official Bird TV. Block him too. Don't worry about me. Worry about your mama. Block him. I could do this all day. Yeah, if I smash Halle Berry and the other chick look like Bolo Young, you are next. You gonna give me the same credit? Okay. She look like Bolo Young. Chong Lee. She look like Bolo Young. Chong Lee. You gonna give me the same credit when she looking like Bolo? She look like Bolo Young, older sister. Bolo, okay. Come on, man. Stop it. Chong Lee. Woo! You break my record. Now I break you. Like I break your friend. This bitch look like Dim Mak. No, bottom one. She look like Dim Mak. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She look like Bolo Young. Remember Bolo and Double Impact? Them motherfuckers said, motherfucker, Bolo Young. Stop. My man Calvin said she looking like Tong Po. Marlene, good fuck. She look like Tong Po. This hoe look like Tong Po. And you like bust around. Give me some out. No, it's not the same. Nasu Marlene, good fuck. This bitch in the corner laughing like Saget from Street Fighter. Remember when Saget beat your ass? You ain't not gonna give me the same credit. I take I take to the crib. I'm at the bar. I take LMA. And your chick look like LMAO. Oh my gosh. Listen, I said if I go to the club and I pull me a LMA and your chick look like LMAO, that's laughing my ass off. Oh my God, bars. I said I go to the club, you gonna give me credit if I pull a LMA. Bars, hold on. If I go to the club and I pull LMA, the singer, and your chick looking like LMAO, you gonna be like, hell nah. Ego, you not getting. My chick look like LMA. I'm spectacular Peter Parker. Your chick looking like Aunt May. Come on, there's a difference. What we doing? I said my chick look like LMA. Your chick looking like less than spectacular Peter Parker, Aunt May. Oh my God. There's a difference, bro. Motherfuckers talking about, all right, take a bitch home that look like Ndongo. That motherfucker look like the gods must be crazy. And you want credit. Listen, I understand the Nubian princess. Take a chick home that look like Ndongo. Take a chick home that look like Ndongo. See if your family give you credit. See if your friends and homies on the block give you credit. She look like Ndongo. He said she out here looking like Baby D. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. You telling me you gonna give the same credit like it's just once and done. It's just all things made equal. Stop. Smash the like button. See, I don't know why you even do this. You know it don't make. Yeah, take a chick home that look like Ndongo. Motherfucker, what? That motherfucker look like, he look like, I'm just happy to be here looking ass, bro. This man Ndongo look like cuz from Coming to America that started bowing to Eddie Murphy at that game. What was that? There's at a basketball game. And he's like, oh my God. It is him. And Eddie was like trying to play it cool. Remember, dude? And he took his hat off. Oh. I will never forget this day. It is an honor. He taking pictures and shit. That's Ndongo. Man, come on. I'm from the Bay. I don't know what listen, I don't know where y'all from. This Ndongo look like cuz from that. Like, come on, man. I will never forget this day. Yeah, motherfucker. Like he got promoted to fries and shit. Man, get this Coming to America. Man, come on. Come on, man. You will not give someone the same credit no matter what you bagging. You won't give them credit no matter what you bagging. You took the bitch home, cut on the light. She looked like Frodo bagging. Oh my gosh, bro. They say ego bagging. You will not get the same credit. It depends on what you bagging and you bragging. You turn on the light, she look like Frodo bagging. Oh my gosh, bars. Oh my God. Stop playing with me, bro. They said ego bagging. You out here bragging. You don't get credit despite what you bagging. You turn on the light, she look like Frodo bagging. Oh my gosh, bro. This bitch look like Schmeagol, Lord of the Ring. What? And you think you gonna get the same credit from your fellas, from your homies, from your partners? And she looking like Schmeagol? My precious. What? There's levels to everything, baby. There's levels to everything. I said you don't just get credit just for bagging and you bragging. Turn on the light. She looking like Frodo bagging. Oh my God. There's levels to this. Motherfucker looking like Schmeagol with the ribs. My precious. Like, ugh. You ever see a girl ugly? You just get nauseous a little piece. Oh shit, why'd I sleep with that? Oh shit. You making some pancakes? Yes, my precious, I will. Okay, go in the kitchen. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the kitchen. You motherfucker bro, you ever sleep with something so weak? Motherfucker had to take that shower before the sex. You know what I'm saying? My precious. Man, some of y'all are strange. Took the bitch home. She gave you brain. I said she looked like Crane. Oh my God. Listen, I said some of y'all strange. You took the bitch home. She gave you brain, and she looked like Krang. What? Bars. Hey, I said some of y'all strange. Took the bitch home. She gave you brain, and she looked like Krang. What is this? We must get to the techno. I said, look, I'm killing y'all. Listen, I ain't feeling y'all, and I'm killing y'all. Listen, hey, smash the like button. Hey, I said some of y'all strange. You took the bitch home. She gave you brain, and she looked like Krang. What is this? We must get me some lingerie. Like, I ain't buying you no lingerie. Man, what? 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 You think you go get the same credit? Nah, man. Give me them Don DeMarco. I told you, infinite bars. Like Eminem on Infinite. Bro, I said I'm the kid with the infinite bars like Eminem on Infinite Hard. Listen, I said I'm the kid with the infinite bars like Eminem on. They need to stop playing with me, bro. And I don't even freestyle. But when that pen get to work, I'm the kid with the infinite bars like Eminem is infinite bars. I'm Infinite Hard. Spit venom and cinemas was, oh my gosh. I spit Eminem bars. Venomous syllabus. Oh my gosh. Y'all better stop. See, that's how I come up with the songs, because I like piece it together. But wait till I start. If I write this out, I'll kill all y'all. I'll kill anybody, bro. With the bars, with the lyrics. Stop. See, y'all got me turned, man. Let me calm down. But yeah, bro, and Donk, man, come on. That was cool, but we have to put it in perspective. He just said Mayweather wasn't undisputed in Pacquiao. Okay, but we still got to put that in perspective. He said buy her a face mask. Nah, that ain't gonna work. He said Errol has Wolverine healing powers. Bro, Crawford's psyche of thinking, to me, doesn't make sense with a lot of what he's saying. I can't say everything, but like, we're not gonna give, man, come on. He says, I was undisputed. We get that.
Undisputed world champion, a fighter of the year, ESPN, we can keep going on and on.
The undisputed, not yet.
Undisputed.
At welterweight,
undisputed. It doesn't matter what weight class. He was undisputed.
He said it doesn't matter what weight class. Yes, it does. Okay, so you're undisputed and you was a man at 140 at the time, right? You hadn't, listen, I'm about to body y'all so crazy. And I know I'm about to body y'all. Listen, I'm about to body y'all. 12 gauge. Hit you with the shot of y'all. Listen, I'm about to body y'all. He said it doesn't matter. I was undisputed. Nobody's taking that away that you were undisputed. But because, okay, listen, I gotta give y'all some hood analogies. Is that cool? Shout out to Marcus Walls. Keep killing them. My other super chat go through. I don't know, bro. I was cutting up. So if you left one, appreciate you. Listen, I got to give y'all a hood analogy. Look, let's say I'm a dealer. I'm a D-boy, right? I'm a dope boy, right? In Cali, right? If I go to Miami, my reputation could precede me, but that doesn't automatically mean I'm that dude in Miami or New York. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a different block, a different set, a different territory, a different coast, a different region. So I'm gonna hit y'all with the cocaine cowboys. If you the man in LA and you well respected, in that region, and you move to the East Coast, that doesn't make you vice versa. You from Brooklyn and you come to LA, that doesn't necessarily transition to you the man in Cali now. Do you see what I'm saying? Bud just said I was undisputed. It don't matter. That is something you've solidified. But at this division, Errol Spence is the man at welterweight. So you can't, Errol never fought, to my knowledge, at 140. So we're the division you would fight Errol, the division, he's the man at that. Do you see what I'm saying? He's the man in the division you want to fight him. So there's a difference. If you the man in LA and everybody knows and and check you and respect it, that don't mean that you go to Queens or somewhere in New York and then they look at you as the same person. So I get Bud was undisputed. That makes sense. But you also have a path with the resume name. Okay, here, let me say it like this. Shout out to Jay Stone. See, that's what I'm saying. For the street dudes that watch and I ain't saying I'm a street dude, but I'm just telling you, I've been around some shit, and I'm just telling you how the game goes, right? But look at it like this. Look at it like this. If you're being 100% honest, hold on. Let me play it again.
He was undisputed.
At welterweight,
So the host said, not undisputed yet. You were undisputed at 140. And then Crawford cuts him off and says, nah, I was undisputed, period.
Fighter of the year, ESPN, we can keep going on and on.
the undisputed, not yet.
Undisputed.
At welterweight,
Undisputed. It doesn't matter what weight class. He was undisputed. When we talk about undisputed, there's only a handful of people that can even say that they got close to being undisputed. Floyd wasn't even undisputed. Pacquiao wasn't even undisputed. De La Hoya lost when he tried to fight Bernard Hopkins to become undisputed.
Bro, this is like, I don't know, I guess we're going to call it Omaha logic. Crawford is a great fighter, but you just reference 3 certain Hall of Famers with 3 legendary Hall of Fame resumes. Mayweather, Floyd, easy work. Manny, Pacquiao, and De La Hoya. And you said that 2 of them, Mayweather and Pacquiao, were never undisputed. And you accomplished that. And De La Hoya had a shot at it, and he got body shotted by B-Hop and lost at that. So despite the fact that at the weight class, there's so many errors with this. You see what I'm saying? De La Hoya was a guy who kept moving up. Bernard Hopkins at 160, you know what I'm saying? So De La Hoya used to fight at welterweight and shit like that. Like, we have to take that into consideration. So yeah, he came up short, to a bigger man, whatever. B-Hop went to lose to Jermaine Taylor. Let's kick this boxing, right? But then you also said Mayweather and Pacquiao weren't even undisputed. But part of that doesn't make sense is because it's all politics. Sometimes if there's cold wars and stuff, or your body naturally outgrows a division, you have to move up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could collect 3 belts and then the politics stop you from getting that last belt. You could be at this division, everything's cool, and then your body is naturally telling you too big, you got to move up, or whatever the situation is. So it's not that easy. It just worked out in your favor that the politics aligned, where you could have fought everybody. And they tried, and it almost didn't work out for him, if you really know boxing, because Sergey Lipinets was, I think, the mandatory for Ndongo, and his team was pressing for that fight. So we don't know if you would have even got that, but they worked all that stuff out behind the scenes. Boom, boom, boom. Is Garcia a gatekeeper to see Ortiz in this now? I don't know. I'm not really, listen, y'all got to keep up. No disrespect to the super chats, but I'm cooking on something different. So I'm not really taking distractions right now if it ain't about this, because it's too hard I don't know about Garcia being a gatekeeper and all that. I got to get these thoughts out. Either that or I have to read everyone's super chats after, because everybody is like ADD. Everybody has something different that they want to personally talk about. And for the continuity of the stream, when people hear me cook about certain things, you guys send super chats, which is cool. I appreciate it. But if it's unrelated, when I'm cooking like this, then I can't get to it right way. And then when I don't get to your super chats, then you say, hey, I sent you a super chat. You see what I'm saying? So we got to have to have like a middle ground. I got to do the super chats after, or if it has to be something quick or it has to be something on topic, because again, it's distracting. If we're all joking and it's a slow chat, then that's something different. But I need to get this stuff out with Terrence Crawford. So he said Pacquiao and Floyd weren't undisputed. But Crawford is 33 years old, and although they weren't undisputed, all three of the people you listed by age of 33 had impeccable resumes. De La Hoya fought everybody. De La Hoya fought Julio Cesar Chavez, legend, twice. He fought Arturo Gatti, Shane Mosley twice. That's already 5. This is before he even challenged for undisputed, right? He fought Mayweather, right? Hector Camacho, Ike Corte, Pernell. Bro, De La Hoya got bodies. He got bodies. There's no way around that. If you fought who De La Hoya fought, you know, what's undisputed? De La Hoya is still a legend in boxing based on who he fought. Felix Sturm, like I said, Pernell, Ike Corte, all these people. Ricardo Mayorga, Fernando Vargas, Feroz, you know what I'm saying? Felix Tito Trinidad. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, he came up short, undisputed, but he still had a mouthful of names, pause. A mouthful of names, and so on and so forth. By the time Mayweather was 33, he had already fought Gennaro Hernandez, Arturo Gatti, Diego Chico Corrales. Who else did he fight before? Sean Bay Mitchell. Okay. Castillo twice. Okay. Right? DeMarcus Corley, Zab Super Judah. Like he already fought all these people. De La Hoya was when he was 30. He was probably on Ricky Hatton, Mosley, Juan Manuel Marquez fights. If your resume, like the undisputed, like, bro, you can't win that battle because the undisputed stuff is cool and the politics work for you where you were able to get the belt. But Crawford don't have a better resume than any of the people you listed. So people can't just look at you as, the people can say you're a great fighter, but nobody can say he has a better resume than any of the people you listed. Rest in peace to Gotti. Yes. You see what I'm saying? So it's a straw man argument. It's a straw man argument. You know, he's saying, "Oh, I don't care. I was undisputed." You were, but at the same time, who did you have to fight to get to it? Your toughest fight was probably, or like at the 40, was probably Victor Postal on paper. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality. Okay, has Crawford fought someone like Zab Judah in his prime? We gotta really, the more Crawford talks, the more we gotta explore what he's saying. In your honest opinion, has Terrence Crawford beaten somebody that you felt was as skilled as and known about and branded and all that as Zab Judah? He said, hell no. Man, that's what I'm saying. So Crawford's acting like he can't understand why people are saying this, but it's the politics and the resume and the landscape, the people you've been in with is not enough for everyone to understand your true greatness. It's not that hard to understand, right? Has Crawford fought someone that you rate like a prime Oscar De La Hoya in any division? Because he keeps talking how he climbed through the divisions. Has he faced an Oscar De La Hoya in any of the divisions he's conquered? Has he fought someone who was considered what Oscar De La Hoya was? Has he ever fought in any? Because you keep talking about undisputed and I conquered 3 divisions or 2 or whatever it is, right? Has he fought someone that's equivalent to a De La Hoya? Has he fought someone that's equivalent to Pacquiao when he was running through guys at 40? Has he fought someone that's equivalent to Shane Mosley at 135? Shane Mosley was a dog at 135. So Crawford always talks about people who don't know boxing. Let's talk boxing. Has he fought a Shane Mosley at 35? Has he fought a De La Hoya at 47? Has he fought a Mayweather at 47? Has he fought a Pacquiao at 40, 47? Has he fought really a DeMarcus Corley in his prime? Someone we all knew about. DeMarcus Corley was a motherfucker. He hurt Floyd. Has he fought a Miguel Cotto? This is what you see what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Let's open the conversation. And this is not like, oh, I'm just bashing Crawford. We're talking about the realities. Here, fuck it. I'll do it like this. Has Crawford, when he was at 40, and he could be a victim of circumstance. Maybe that's it. But at the time you fought at 140, there weren't people like there are now. Has Crawford at 140 fought someone that you think is as good as Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, and Regis Prograis at 140? I'll keep it current. Listen, you got to know, to be in this stream, you got to know your ish. The top guys right now in the 140 division, in my opinion, are right now, you know, there's other up-and-comers like my dude Mario Barrios, but the top three I would say is Regis Prograis, in no particular order, Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, and Jose Ramirez. Has Crawford fought someone at 140 that you think are better than where these guys are at right now? That's my honest question. And if so, what makes you, like, who did they fight to show you that they're better than that? So yes, we got to put everything in context when you're saying this stuff. You did become undisputed, but you also didn't have a Regis Prograis in your division who was relevant and ready at, you know what I'm saying? His path at that point wasn't where he's at right now. Regis just fought the Mayweather dude on the Gervonta card and cooked him. Single shot and then jumped all over him and looked good in the fight. Jose Ramirez cooked Maurice Hooker, who's, you know, part of Crawford gym, and looked good in that fight. It was a war and he looked good. Jose Ramirez just beat Victor Postal after Crawford, you know. Josh Taylor beat Victor Postal after Crawford, but Josh Taylor also beat Regis Prograis. You see what I'm saying? So we have to put this all in perspective. We have to put it in perspective and be real with what we're saying. At the time, it's just like Broner at 35. He cooked DeMarco. There was nobody else really relevant because Crawford wasn't there yet that he needed to fight at 35. He took the number one person on and made it look easy, chopped Antonio DeMarco's ass the fuck up, my favorite Broner performance, and then he fought Gavin Reese. There was nothing else for him to really do at that division. Nothing. So Broner moved up 2 divisions that people don't give him credit for because they hate Broner for whatever reason. And he was a 4-division champion by age of 24, but he took on his first test was Paulie, who was a titleist at the time, champion, and then he fought Maidana. Bud stayed in divisions that were kind of stagnant, and we've seen this for fighters' career. Look at Golovkin. Golovkin, when he was at middleweight, there was a couple guys he could fight. Some of them probably ducked him. Martinez was getting older. I don't think Cotto really wanted parts. And Canelo wasn't at the division yet. So at the end of the day, Golovkin, when he was first cooking at 160, it was a stagnant division. Cotto, he didn't look like he was trying to fight him, and he beat Sergio Martinez. So Martinez was like kind of irrelevant. Cotto didn't want to fight him. And then Canelo wasn't even up there yet. So who was at 160 with Golovkin? Not really many people. But you notice this, when the division started to fill out, Golovkin didn't fight the names. You know what I'm saying? Except for he just wanted Canelo. He ducked Derevyanchenko, and Charlo he never fought when he was his mandatory, etc. You see what I'm saying? This is the difference. This is the difference. So you could be the man in a dormant division in boxing. That's the point I'm making. 147 is full of killers right now, including Crawford. That's why people are like, finally, you're at the division where if you could beat some of these guys, we'll really know, because we didn't fault you at 35. We didn't fault you at 40 because we knew you was cooking everybody you could that were readily available. You can't control who's in your division at that time. So the point I'm making is simple. Now that you're in a populated division, that's why people say, why'd you re-sign with Top Rank without looking at the other side? Because you don't have contemporaries to fight aligned with ESPN directly. So that's why the walls are closing in on Crawford now, because we've already given you the pardon at 35 and 40 and knew you was doing the best work you could against solid names, Felix Diaz. You couldn't get the big name recognized people, right? But at 47, there's killers up there that would really show us how great you are. That's why people are like finally at the point where they're like, okay, we got to see some of those better names now. And for me, I feel like even the Errol Spence fight, I don't think it'll do the numbers. They could fight tomorrow. I don't think, because only one person's brand has been pulling the weight. You see what I'm saying? Crawford's brand as a brand hasn't been pulling his weight. He hasn't been in the enjoyable pay-per-views or the successful pay-per-views. You see what I'm saying? Like, so as a result to that, a fight with like a Sean Porter, that's crack, because that'll give you a certified win. And if you beat a guy like Sean, shout out to my man Prada Pierre. He's in the Cash App, $5. Appreciate you. He said, I was prom queen. That's how Buzz sounds. Oh, he wildin'. Appreciate you for the $5 Cash App. Bro. If Crawford fights, okay, put it this way. See, this is how I know it's an agenda that's being pushed by old media. Is Terrence Crawford, let's vote right now, and if I'm wrong, I'll shut up. Is Terrence Crawford Sean Porter? This is how I'll prove that it's an agenda being pushed from old media. Is Terrence Crawford Sean Porter a good fight? Yes or no? Is Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter don't have a belt right now, but he has the resume he has and he has the fight style he has. Is Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford a good fight? Yep, yes, duh, yes, okay, yes, yes, yes. Here's what they think about you. Look, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. All right, let's do one more. Is Terrence Crawford versus Keith Thurman a good fight? Yes or no? Is Keith Thurman versus Terrence Crawford at 147 a good fight? Hell yeah. Yes, yes, yep. Okay. I would buy that. So that's what I'm saying. It's real simple to see why Crawford, like he's doing the Instagram live saying, hey, what gives? What gives, guys? Why won't no one give me credit? Bro, there's other great fights, even if you can't get Errol. You're not in the driver's seat to get Errol anyway. So, like, under these conditions, like, oh, I want 64.
You know what I mean? Everybody always coming at me.
So, to me, that's what the situation is. Even if you want to be undisputed, I get that. I understand that. You want to be undisputed. But you can't always get what you want right away, and you're not putting up the numbers, and your brand hasn't matched Errol Spence's, the way he's been branded and the numbers he's generated. So as a result, that's how I know old media, they have this agenda, because they only talk about Crawford and Errol Spence. But meanwhile, we have Sean Porter, which is still a great fight, belt or no belt, and it's a better fight, and Keith Thurman is a better fight than Kell Brook fight. So it's just a way to cling on to somebody else's name and just act like he's ducking. Like this is the same. It's the same thing. Let's just say this guy's ducking over and over and over, you know, and hopefully people bite onto it. This is Sean Porter. Hold on, yo. Sean Porter is Crawford's mandatory. Why is it only Errol Spence only? David Williams, I see you. $5. No doubt you are the Cash App King and a wordsmith. Shout out to my man. I appreciate you. Listen.
Just did what he always does and dominated for them all to come.
Listen.
We're talking before the...
Very humble to say that Errol Spence Jr. is a complete, not about him becoming a complete fighter. Errol Spence Jr. is a complete fighter. Terrence Crawford or the winner of this.
Expecting it as your next fight.
I'm expecting it as my next fight.
What if that's not to come until the summertime then?
Well, I mean, it's already been said. I'm the mandatory for the WBO. Amazing fight with Terrence Crawford or the winner of this, Errol Spence Jr., who has the WBC and the IBF title.
Which do you prioritize?
I kind of prioritize.
Hey, get rid of boxing existential or whatever. Get him out of here and get Napalm out of here, bro. Get just block them, shooters. Get rid of them. I'll run it back, but block those two people. Boxing existential and Napalm. They're only here to cause distractions. Block them. I'll run it back, but I need my shooters to block them. This is Sean Porter, y'all, after Errol Spence.
Crawford or the winner of this, Errol Spence Jr., who has the WBC and the IBF title.
Which do you prioritize?
I kind of prioritize, Terrence Crawford, for the simple fact that you have not seen me in the ring with Terrence. You've seen what happened with Errol Spence Jr. It's about coming back, fixing some wrongs, and beating him. But I think with Terrence Crawford, whole new story, a whole bunch more conversation that has not been had yet, and that's why I favor that one. However, the way he looked tonight, you let me know when you're ready to go.
That's Sean Porter, and he just told you he would love a Terrence Crawford fight. So my thing is simple. If you want Errol, and even if the PBC has other plans, like let's say Errol fights Manny Pacquiao, why not put him in there with a Sean Porter, a Keith Thurman? You have to fight somebody, right? You have to make a living, collect a check. So the fact that old media is only pushing for Spence Crawford, they just want to accelerate it to the one match and nothing else matters, when Crawford hasn't done the same heavy lifting as Sean, Danny, Keith, and Errol Spence, lets you know that there is indeed a agenda being pushed here. Sean Porter has told you many times that he wants the Crawford fight. And in my honest opinion, if Porter fights Crawford, that will be Crawford's best name and most accomplished welterweight on his whole resume, but at definitely at welterweight, right? It's a good fight. And the fans are saying, or some radical like man fans and stuff, they're saying, oh, Sean Porter will get cooked. That may be true. It's boxing. But I know that fans do not believe this, because if Sean Porter gets cooked and Crawford is that dude and washes him, first of all, it's not worse. It's no worse than any other fight that he's had. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you mean to tell me that Crawford versus Sean Porter is stylistically worse than Amir Khan? People didn't even believe in Khan's chin. So if we could sit through a fight with an Amir Khan, then who cares if we sit through a fight with Crawford and Sean Porter or Keith Thurman or somebody like that? And then that would only make the Errol fight bigger. They could fight at the end of next year. But the fact that they want the Willy Wonka gold ticket is really starting to concern me now. because it's like old media keeps pushing this narrative to just expedite it to only the Errol, like Errol or bust. And that's really concerning. That is truly concerning. As if there's no other, like nothing else would be a better fight than what we've witnessed. Bro, and here's the other thing. Whoever wins, wins. If Sean Porter wins, he wins. If Crawford wins, he wins. Nobody's mad at that. We want to see it. Fans, listen. Fans keep saying what they think will happen. As a boxing fan, why would you rather tell me what you think would happen rather than actually see the fight and see what would happen? And the funny thing is, you guys act like I'm speaking in tongues. Fricassee flulor sorbet, estes batsus falu frig. I'm not speaking another language. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not holding Crawford to any other standard that I'm not holding PBC fighters to. I've seen Danny versus Sean Porter. I've seen Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. I've even seen Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. And I've seen how all fights were tough, difficult, and how they played out. But I have never seen Terrence Crawford at 147 in with the likes of someone that I think is stylistically difficult for all, like a Sean Porter. That's the point. So I would be able to have a good gauge to see if I even need to see Errol Spence and Crawford. Right now, I do not have that because I didn't think Jeff Horn was the man. I knew Crawford was going to dust him. I didn't think Jose Benavidez, coming off of what he came off of, was going to be, the match that would beat him. Stylistically, Sean Porter is the best guy that I would say could give anybody a problem. He beat Berto. He ran through Paulie Malignaggi. So old media, that's how I know it's an agenda. Old media keeps pushing Crawford and Errol Spence, which on paper is a good fight. But if you really think about what I'm saying, really and truly think about what I'm saying, I don't know what to expect because I haven't even seen Crawford fight lesser. Errol Spence already beat Porter. Errol Spence already beat Danny. And I haven't seen Crawford fight any of those guys. Sean Porter already arguably beat Keith Thurman, but at best, he gave him a tough fight. Pacquiao already beat Keith Thurman. I haven't even seen Crawford versus any of those dudes. So why do we just accelerate it to Crawford Spence? If anything, if you do what I'm saying, I'm down for Crawford Spence. I'm down for it. But let's see Crawford go through Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. I would say Danny, but if it would have had to been before Errol washed Danny, which he just did. You see what I'm saying? So let's see him fight one of those two guys. And then, depending on the outcome of that, then that'll only build the Errol Spence fight. But the fact that Top Rank, ESPN, and Team Crawford keep saying bump everybody else, and they were saying that about Danny, Sean, and Keith, is very concerning to me. Because now it seems like a clout chase. And now it seems like something's almost being hidden from us. That you only want the top guys. I want $1 million in my bank account right now. But you got to work for that. You see what I'm saying? I get that wanting, having high aspirations. But goddamn, can I see something? And then, like I said, people keep saying this like I'm plotting on Crawford's failure. I'm not. If Crawford cooked Sean Porter, then I'm going to give him all the respect in the world. And it's going to only make me want to see the Errol Spence fight even more. But right now, I don't have a baseline. I don't have a baseline for Crawford. He's living off of his accomplishments at 135 and 140. Block Devin. The shooters, get rid of him. When they hate, donate. Cash App on the screen. The Cash App's on the screen. I don't have a baseline for Crawford in this division. You see what I'm saying? He's whooping everybody's ass. But the people whose asses he's whooping, I don't think have the momentum or the resume or the injury-free bill of health that some of these other guys have. So I would like to see that as a precursor to see if I even need to see Spence versus, bro, I haven't even seen somebody cooking like Jose Cito. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's my number one fight, but Jose Cito Lopez has been at least, he retired his last two opponents, John Molina and Chia Santana. Now, I do prefer Sean Porter to like a Jose Cito, but I know Jose Cito comes to fight. Kell Brook, I didn't even know if he could make the fucking weight. I didn't know if his eyes was finna fall out on the canvas. This is my honest opinion. Block this K. Diddy person. It's the same person that come back. Yo, shout out to the dark-skinned dudes. Bro, I don't have a baseline for Bud at 47. I just know he's just destroying everybody. You see what I'm saying? I know Michael Jordan's the GOAT because he played the Detroit Pistons. You know, he was going up against Magic and them. He had to go up against Iverson, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He had to go against them people that would show me who you are. He had to play with the flu. You know, everyone's just trying to expedite this all the way to the last level. Like, what's the bit? Like, bro, what's the insane rush? That's my question. What's the insane rush as opposed to doing it how I'm saying it, the boxing ego way? Fight Sean Porter, February. You didn't take no like. Actually, he was. I don't know if he had a cut or something. Crawford's last fight, but whatever. Let's say fight Porter. You're mandatory in March, April, or May, and you can fight Errol Spence after that. You see what I'm saying? And it still works. So it's not like, oh, I'm caping or making an excuse for Crawford to never fight Spence. But what I'm saying is I'm starting to get to the point where I need to see why it's only Pacquiao, why it's only Errol Spence, or these people that Crawford has been fighting, which nobody rates higher than Sean Porter. You know, and the fans keep saying, oh, shout out to Rashid Mohammed, $2. Appreciate you. People keep saying Crawford will destroy Sean Porter. Okay, let me see that. I say the same thing for years, LSI. When the fans start getting like this, that I want to see it more. I want to see it more because people say, "Oh, Canelo, he'll run through Charlo." Why haven't I seen the fight then? If he'll run through him. So you mean to tell me, bro? I'm telling you, this is when you have to start looking at boxing fans and seeing who's playing the agenda game. Danny Garcia, if you really listen, this is a true story. There's interviews on YouTube where when Errol was climbing up, and Errol always talks about this at his press conferences, right? Errol Spence was being Lil Bloyd by the established PBC welterweights. Danny Garcia was doing interviews, Keith Thurman, they were all doing interviews, right? And they were saying, oh, Errol Spence, he looked good, but who has he fought? Who has he beat? He need to get a belt. He need to fight some competition. You know, beating Chris Algieri, that don't cut it for me. So I'm not asking of Crawford anything that Errol Spence didn't have to go through too. Errol Spence went through the gauntlet of fighting better and better competition. You know, Algieri's and Bundus. Then he got his Kell Brook shit, you know, finally got that shot. Then he fought Lamont Peterson, then the mandatory Ocampo, then Mikey Garcia, so he's went through the gauntlet, you know, fought Sean Porter in a tough ass fight, then fought Danny post accident. So he's went through that. Crawford ain't. It's like, just picture a game show. Everybody else got to go through the singing competition, all the rounds. Crawford get a pass where he could stay in the back, and week 1 through 6, he don't have to sing or perform his American Idol song. You know what I mean? And he can come out for the finals, and then because he has a good voice, everybody else strained their voice. Listen, I'm the king of analogies. Y'all not fucking with me. For, let's say American Idol is 7 weeks, and they announce the 7th week is the finals, right? So weeks 1 through 6, every other singer, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, even Manny Pacquiao, right? Sean Porter, all these singers, they blowing on the mic and straining their voice and winning the competition and knocking people off. Weeks 1 through 6. Crawford, based on his promotional ties and decisions he's made as a business, he in the back, not having to sing anything. So while Errol Spence is going through the heights of his success and his mistakes and tough competition and stuff, Crawford in the back practicing his vocals. You know what I'm saying? So week 7, everybody else's voice is semi-strained, and Crawford can come back out and hope to get voted the American Idol, and he didn't have to go through the gauntlet from weeks 1, 2, 3, and like, damn, they sung Teddy Pendergrass. Oh, they killed this Whitney Houston song. You see what I'm saying? So that's my perspective. And if you end the gauntlet, then it'll only make the Errol Spence fight bigger and bigger. If you beat Porter, like people keep saying, oh, Porter will get knocked out. Nobody's knocked him out. If you knock out Porter, you the man. It's that simple. Porter's your mandatory. Knock him out. Errol didn't do that. Sean fought Keith. He didn't do that. Paulie didn't do that. All these guys. Berto didn't do that. So if you do that, then we'll have a real baseline. Damn, Crawford, he ain't nothing nice at this division because you just knocked out someone that showed a titanium chin versus Errol Spence, Broner, and Keith Thurman and everyone else. That's the point. That's how I know old media is playing the game, and they just want Crawford to just be behind the curtain. Everyone else has to sing weeks 1 through 7. And Crawford could come out at the end and just sing and then try to win the competition. Like what? And then say it's because I won Star Search. Like, no, this is a different competition, bro. You were undisputed. You know, I won this local talent show. Yeah, that's cool. We get that. But you in American Idol. And you weren't participating. You made it to Hollywood Week, but you didn't have to go against nobody weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. While Danny Garcia, like people are like, oh, haha, Danny, he's 0-3 for title shots. But we've never seen Crawford fight the people that Danny's fighting. So we don't know if Crawford would be 3-0 or 0-3 or 0-1 or 0-2. We don't know because he hasn't fought him. Man, stop playing with me, bro. You know what I'm saying makes so much sense. Yeah, it's easy to look at Danny Garcia and laugh and say, 0-3. But we don't know if Crawford, would, like I said, would be 0-2, 3-1, or 3-0 because it's a shot in the dark. All we can gauge him off is Ndongo and cooking the guys he's cooking, which we don't rank as high as the other guys. Y'all getting bodied, bro. It's a massacre. It's a massacre, and I'm after you. What a catastrophe. And like I said, stop saying Porter will get knocked out unless you're going to let me see it. If he knocks him out, then he's the man because nobody else knocked Porter out. It's really easy to understand. And if he does what you guys are claiming that will be the only outcome, that just made the Errol Spence. Errol came back, looked sharp. I don't mind Errol getting a tune-up, coming back from a bold move, fighting Danny, and his last 3 fights. So he could fight a little tune-up style fight. Crawford could fight a Porter, and then it will only build up the fight, and the numbers will be at his peak because they both keep winning. Block Dimitri Perot. Block him. Look, they keep saying the same thing. Block Dimitri Perot. He a rat. Bang. Shout out to my man Christopher. See, now y'all getting it. That's true, Ego. What's the rush? That's what the rush is, because they want to just expedite to the main paying fight, but not have to go unscathed and you know and go straight to the Hollywood week and then go straight to the finals. That's not in any sport. That's not how it happens. So my 49ers made it to the Super Bowl. We had to play the Seahawks. We had to play the Ravens. We had to play everyone we had to play. Man, I'm the GOAT when it comes to this boxing talk. I'm going to say it again. Last year, my 49ers went to the Super Bowl. They had to play everyone in our conference per the schedule to get to the Super Bowl. They couldn't just sit out and have every week was a fucking bye week and then just be in the Super Bowl with the KC Chiefs. We had to collectively as a team beat the people we needed to beat and then win in the playoff to get to the Super Bowl. But only in boxing do you have old media who are trying to spin this narrative and say, fuck it. Even though Crawford is playing the Cleveland Browns and he's playing the New York Jets and the other tough teams in his conference, he has a bye week and he don't have to play them, he in the Super Bowl. Because I like what he's doing. Like, bro, Crawford's a man. He's a beast. We know that. But I got to see that same beast against Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. And that'll only hype me up for the Errol Spence fight. The GOAT. People act like I'm saying this to sabotage. Listen, I'm not holding Crawford to a standard that the other PBC fighters are not being held to. Keith Thurman had to fight a fucking Pacquiao to get my respect. I didn't know if the hunger was gone from Keith Thurman. He had to fight Pacquiao so I could see what he was talking about. And I'm like, oh, respect. You was hurt badly, dropped and all that. Came back in the fight. Split decision loss. Not bad. Good job, Keith. You still got something. Right? He had to fight Sean Porter and deal with him in his chest. I had to watch that. I had to watch Sean Porter get up from Broner knockdowns and get up from Errol Spence knockdowns, deal with Granados with a fractured hand, deal with Berto with a cut on his eye real bad. I had to watch that. That's why I rake Sean Porter as a real one. I had to watch Errol fly through a car and then come back and fight Danny. I had to watch Errol fight in Kell Brook's backyard in Sheffield when nobody had beaten Kell Brook at welter, coming off of 160 where he was big as fuck. I had to watch these things. I had to watch him destroy Lamont Peterson. See, what Top Rank and Team Crawford and ESPN are trying to do is because they haven't branded Terrence Crawford like they could have or should have for the last several years. They're trying to make up this ground right now. And they're trying to get old media on board and they're trying to get fans on board to just play the blame game and just blame it all on PBC. And all the anti-PBC writers, all the anti-PBC fans are just going to say, oh, yeah, come on, Errol. What are you doing? You're ducking. It don't work like that. It's a business. It don't work like that. Crawford, I've known about him longer than I've known about Errol. But Errol, in a shorter period of time, has been branded better and surpassed him in terms of popularity. Just like Demetrius Andrade. I knew about Demetrius Andrade well before I knew who the fuck the Charlos were. But in that small space of time, PBC grew the Charlos brand and the Charlos grew their brand, with fun fights and knockouts and highlights and good interviews and shit like that. And now Andrade has been surpassed in terms of branding. I'm not talking about who wins if they fight and all that goofy shit. I'm just talking about the business. Andrade has been lapped by the Charlos in terms of probably how much they're making. And I'm not a pocket watcher, but also their popularity. I'm just telling you the realities of it. Same thing with Crawford. I didn't even know who the fuck Man Down was when I was watching Crawford, but they have not done a great job giving the consistent, the most consistent thing with Crawford is his performances. He's doing consistently the same thing, but they have not done a good job of consistently feeding Crawford the names that the fans are desiring. So fans really get a gauge. So once again, ESPN, Top Rank, Terrence Crawford, they're trying to make up ground all right now and just force the issue. But for Errol Spence, this was a perpetual and a continual gradual process to become Mr. Man Down and Mr. Big Fish and all this shit. Errol Spence, I've been watching him consistently fight at a level that I consider high and kept seeing the crowds grow and get bigger and then the numbers do well for him to be in the position that he's in. is no different than my YouTube channel. You can look at the numbers and you don't know how much I make, but we'll just leave it at that. You see the cash apps and shit. I promise you, I've put in my 10,000 hours to be this channel. I've done the video. My video count shows you that. The fights I've been to, for the people that really know me, shows you I put in work over the last couple of years. So I don't give a fuck about no new YouTuber. You don't get to debate ego. For what? I've been doing this at a high level, trying to entertain and grow the sport of boxing, and made this my life's work. You don't get an ego interview. You don't get an ego debate. Motherfucker, I am boxing. You don't get to expedite that. It's like, man, I know, listen, I know I'm cooking y'all. I know I'm cooking y'all right now. My mom, she does some gardening. So I don't even know much about gardening, but I promise you I'm the king of analogies. So I'm going to hit y'all with a gardening example. Listen, my mom does some gardening. You don't plant no seeds and not take care of that plant and expect it to grow. I said, you don't plant seeds in the ground and then do nothing and not pay attention to the plants and expect it to grow. And even if it does grow, is it going to grow to its max capacity? Are the leaves going to be wilted and dying? Right? You got to analyze these things. Terrence Crawford, the seed's been planted since the Gamboa fight, 2014. But his team, his promotion, the way he's been cultivated, they didn't give him the sunlight that he needed, which is exposure. I told you I'm the king of analogies. This is easy for me. I do this in a day's work. They didn't give him the sunlight that this plant needed to really blossom, to really grow, to really be fruitful and plentiful and grow as big as it can be. That sunlight, that direct sunlight, that's exposure. HBO didn't do it. ESPN didn't do it. Top Rank didn't do it. They didn't give him direct sunlight that this plant needs to grow. They didn't give him that exposure. This plant, Terrence Crawford, when it needed to be watered, Bob Arum threw him on the bus. He said, I'm too tired. I don't want to water it right now. I'm losing money on this kid. And now when your plant is leaning, it's not as big as it's supposed to be, or the other people you watch the YouTube tutorial where they grew a big tree or a big plant or big flower, and your plant ain't like that, it's you. You didn't take care of this. You didn't harvest this. And now you mad that your plant is not as big as the Errol Spence tree because he ain't even a flower no more. He a tree. You ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Now Errol Spence is this vast oak tree that's been getting watered and in the best climate possible. It's been nurtured and taken care of and built to this brand and this vehicle. Now you want to attach to the branch. We don't do the leeching. We don't do the leeching. But Boxing Ego, this is a nation. This is a legion. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. I knew who Bud Crawford was before I knew who Errol Spence was. But in a shorter space of time, Errol Spence has really, through his channels, Al Heyman, hey, Al, line him up, Al. Man down. Yeah, I told you, Danny Garcia, that's my tune-up. I beat Danny with 70%. Block John Doe. Block John Doe. I said, John Doe got to go. We got to block him too. I said, Al, line him up. Line him up, man down. Yeah, I talk to Al. I talk to Al every day, bro. They planted the seeds. Block Larry Jackson. Listen, y'all not going to let them disrespect me. When they hate, donate. Y'all better send me some money. It's on the screen. That's what really makes them mad. Woo! Right on time. Shout out to the girl, Alma. She sent $5. Block Jaime Peralta. Shout out to the girl Alma. The money keep coming in. Y'all can keep trying to troll or whatever this is, but shout out to Alma Huertas. The money keep coming in. Y'all gonna send me some money. It ain't no problem. I get paid by the hour. I get paid, so I'm not worried about it. Y'all can come in troll. My shoes got something for that. Bang. So anyway, you see Errol Spence, this big oak tree. Mr. Man down, big fish. I told Al, line him up, Al. Right? You see this. And now Crawford and Top Rank at ESPN, they trying to expedite the growing process. Bro, that's not how growth works. That's not how you thrive. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that my channel is right now on YouTube, it took years to get to this particular point. You know what I mean? I have worked my ass off and branded my ass off and developed that rapport. Now you think you just going to, say Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and get some angry old media writers to push that and it's going to magically happen? That's not how it happened. Errol Spence went through the gauntlet. Whether Crawford realizes this, Crawford in his own right, he has went through a gauntlet, but it's in other divisions. And boxing is a what have you done for me lately type of sport. He hasn't gone through the gauntlet in the division where it matters. And at 135 and 140, where he built his best names and accolades, he didn't have no names like the current available names at 47. So how you just get this Mario Brothers 3 warp whistle and get to the end of the game? That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Meanwhile, like, I'm proud of my boy Gervonta Davis. So I'm gonna talk about him. I know Tank. Tank's a real cool dude. And he brought light skins back. Him and Drake. And me, motherfucker. Listen, I'm gonna talk about my guy Tank real quick. Tank went from 2016-17 being on the co-feature of James DeGale, Badu Jack, Barclays. He was a co-feature. He fought for a title with Jose Pedraza. In that space of time, 2017 roughly, being a co-feature on Badu Jack's undercard, I went to Tank's last fight before Leo Santa Cruz in Atlanta. Shout out to the A, right? Badu Jack was on his undercard. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Freaky Friday. They switched roles. In 2017, Mayweather Promotion, Badu Jack might have been, the bigger name. Tank was first fighting for a title against Pedraza. He was shining in that fight. But by December of last year, Tank was a bona fide star from putting in that work. And Badu Jack fought Jean Pascal. I was there on his undercard. It's all true. So that's the progression. And this progression, that's years in the making. He fought on the James DeGale Badu Jack undercard with Pedraza before Lomachenko fought. And the Lomachenko Pedraza fight's old. So it was several years ago. You see what I'm saying? So Tank knocked out Pedraza before Lomachenko even fought him. This was years. So it took years for Mayweather Promotions to build Tank's brand. He just now fought and cooked Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. That was his first pay-per-view. So it took years of consistency and Tank getting bigger and bigger and bringing celebs to his fight. I interviewed Shaquille O'Neal at a Tank fight because Tank, bring him out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. He had the stars out. Steven Jackson, from All the Smoke, Mutombo. That's why I should block somebody in celebration of Mutombo. I got to see Mutombo. Shaq was there. Lil Kim was there. Lil Baby was there. Gang, you know what I'm saying? It took years of Tank selling out and cooking Quayar and all this shit to become the star that he is now. But old media and Top Rank didn't put the same nurturing into Crawford's career. In fact, in less time, Teofimo has had a more meaningful fight than Crawford has had. Look, think about it. Everything I'm saying is true. He said the Atlanta fight was lit. I know. I was there. Listen to what I said. when Terrence Crawford was fighting against Gamboa, Teofimo wasn't even a pro. You guys realize that? In 2014, when Crawford was looking sensational well, actually he was losing the fight, but the ending was sensational versus Gamboa, Teofimo wasn't even signed. He wasn't even a signed person. It took Teofimo, he turned pro in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. That's all. Terrence Crawford had a whole 3 years on Teofimo. Teofimo wasn't even a pro because he's younger. Crawford was the man after beating Gamboa and had a 3-year head start. But in a smaller space of time, a non-black fighter, Teofimo Lopez, has already been given through Top Rank and ESPN. And Teofimo, I don't even think he was on HBO like Crawford. Crawford's been with them, Top Rank and HBO. Then he went to ESPN. I don't even think Teofimo was really on HBO. And if he wasn't being televised or whatever. But the man turned pro in 2017, if I'm not mistaken off the top of my head. In 3 years, a non-black fighter in Teofimo Lopez has already been given an opportunity with Lomachenko that will forever change the trajectory of his career. Right? And garner all respect from boxing fans. Okay, he beat Loma, and Loma was supposed to be that dude. Congrats, Teo. Meanwhile, Bud out here, and he's fighting cigarette butts and people that already lost or people didn't believe they won with Pacquiao and shit like that. And Bud's been out here relevant, especially after the Gamboa performance for 6 years. You got to put that in perspective, y'all. When Bud cooked Gamboa, Teo wasn't even a pro, but Teofimo has already become fake undisputed and got a meaningful fight that changes his life in Lomachenko. While Bud still ain't got none of these. He still ain't got Pacquiao. Man, stop. He still ain't got no Pacquiao. And motherfuckers that really know boxing didn't think Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. So, he couldn't get the same credit he would have got from beating a Pacquiao. Block free the real, keep the rest. Block them. I could go on for hours. This shit is easy. So for me, like I'm really questioning what the rush is. Let's see Sean Porter versus Bud, which is a great fight. Keith Thurman versus Bud. Do what these PBC fighters had to do to build their brand. That's all I'm saying. And now that Sean Porter's your mandatory, it should be easier to make. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ricky Williams. And Ricky Williams, y'all get mad at him because he be cooking y'all. But he said Bud is the best at Top Rank, no doubt. And that's the worst part about it. That's why I got to come like I'm coming, pause, with these topics. Because he is the best that top. He's the most proven, best guy the Top Rank got. But they didn't treat him like that. That's the point. He said if Bob had someone he could have thought would beat Bud, he would have. Just like they did Loma. But just like Loma, he not as good as he looks against the top comp. Bro, Bud should have been the illest person with Top Rank, but they didn't treat him like that. Ego is like a tutor breaking it down in the simplest form. That's what I'm here for, and this is just the norm. He said ego like a tutor breaking it down in the simplest form. That's what I'm here for, and that's just the norm. I said, I'm an X-Man like Storm, mutant, translucent. Oh my God, listen. He said, ego, breaking it down like a tutor in the simplest form. And I said, that's what I'm here for. That's just the norm. I come like a storm, X-Men. I'm a mutant, translucent. Man, stop. Bars. So, I just feel like Bud's branding has always been the kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe he doesn't do it, but then your promotion ain't doing it either. So nobody's doing. You know what? I had an old manager. I'm gonna end on this. I had an old manager, and when he was schooling me up on how to be a manager, he told me this gym. Listen, this is a real gym. Let's get the lights up. He told me a real gym. The money keep coming in, but he told me a gym. He said Bud should be too black to take the disrespect Bob doing to him in his career. We'll see. We'll see what Bud decides. Let's get over 700 likes. Look. I'm going to tell you what my manager told me when he was training me how to be a great manager and to be even better leader. Because, I'm a natural born leader, but, he gave me this gym. He bestowed this upon me. All right, look. Shout out to Dale McCree. That was great too, by the way. My manager, when he was training me up to be a manager and take over his spot, which I eventually did, like I always take over, right? He told me this. We were talking about like having associates work for you. And he told me, let's get low. Yo, we got to get the likes up. He told me this. Listen. He said, make sure when you write your work list out to your associates that are underneath you, that you're in charge of, that you delegate it, right? So we had to write a work list at Lowe's. Assign it. So Richard, Courtney, Nikki, John, put a name by it. This is what he told me, listen. He said, put a name by it. And I said, oh, okay, so you want me to just write all the tasks out and delegate them to specific people? He said, absolutely. You know why? And I said, why? Just playing devil's advocate. He said, because if it's everybody's job, then it's nobody's job. And I let that seep in. The man said, if it's everybody's job, then it's nobody's job. Meaning, if you don't put a name to that bullet, if you have a task that you need completed, you just put a work list on the desk and then you leave and clock out for your shift, and it's everybody's job, then it's nobody's job, meaning nobody's going to do it. If it don't say, Richard, I need you to take out the trash, you're the closing associate. Courtney, you need to do cycle counts. If it's just the task by itself, and it's everybody's job, then it's nobody's job. Ain't nobody going to do it. That's what we're seeing with Bud Crawford's whole career. His own promoter said he ain't promoting. Maybe that's not his bag. But then your own promoter and your team and network, they're not going out of their way to pump you like Tyson Fury. They're not going out of their way to pump you and promote you like Lomachenko. So if it's everybody's job, it's nobody's job. So guess what? When Bud's brand does not rival and match Errol Spence Jr., that's because it was everybody's job. So in turn, it became nobody's job. Nobody did it. Meanwhile, Errol Spence and PBC, they must have had dinner together, a Zoom call, a conference, a yard sale, a meeting, something where they were all together and discussed a game plan, a trajectory for their potential stars, Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, David Benavidez, whatever. This had to be discussed. So now when you see these guys bubbling and in Lambos and Charlos and all that and stuff, that's because there was an effective game plan. And the fighters themselves stuck to the script by winning or, doing their best and training and boom, 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 and being professional athletes. Bud has done his part in terms of cooking competition and the fighting part. But from the business part, we all know that it doesn't rival the branding of Errol Spence. Now, as a boxing fan, I wouldn't even care about this stuff, but we got to keep it real. We got to keep it fair, and we got to keep it consistent. The only time this stuff matters is when we're trying to see the fight be made. And in this fight being made, Bud's already telling you, if it ain't 60-40 my way, then F off. We not doing the fight. So that's why we had to break it down and go over these various things, because what Bud is saying doesn't make sense. You've done great things in your career. That's cool. 135, you conquer 140. You have never, I repeat, never. Bud Crawford has never, ever been in a division as lit as 147 at the time he was in. Who want to argue with the God, bro? Bud Crawford in your previous divisions, I am of the thinking that you have never resided in a division that is as talented as 147 is currently while you're in it. Meaning, not historically. I'm not talking about like, oh, lightweights, a historically popping division with Sugar Ray's and Roberto Duran, Chavez. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about at the time you were at lightweight, at the time you were at 140, you have never been in a division as stacked. Who disagrees with that? So I could catch me a body before I get out of here. Bud has never, I repeat, never been in a division as stacked as 147 is, with good names and good variables, good guys got good attributes, good resume, boom, boom, boom. At the time he's at it. Who disagree? My man says Spence has 3 scalps on his resume, better than anyone on Bud's resume. See? That's why it don't make sense for Bud to scrutinize other people's resume. Saying like, oh, I mean, who Danny beat? Robert Guerrero? Paulie? Everybody beat them. You didn't beat them. You never fought nobody. You didn't fight them. And I'm not saying Bud would lose to them, but the proof is in the pudding. We haven't seen you in there with those guys. So why you sitting up here like talking about Robert Guerrero like, oh, everybody beat them. Yeah, everybody but you. You didn't fight a Robert Guerrero. Robert been in there with Keith Thurman. Robert been in there with Floyd May. He been in there with Berto. So he at least fought everyone. How are you going to talk about everybody else and they all fought more people than you? Bro, I'm lying. Robert Guerrero didn't fight more real live body people at the time he fought him than Terrence Crawford. I mean, that's why, like, again, Crawford is skilled, but you can't talk about, oh, Guerrero got a bunch of losses, but he fought everybody. So before I started like throwing people's name in the mud, I would look, you got to look in your own backyard. Robert Guerrero, he fought Mayweather. If Crawford fought Mayweather, I would favor Mayweather, to be honest. Robert Guerrero fought and lost to Keith Thurman. Right? At the time, if Crawford would have fought Keith Thurman when he was cooking everybody, when PBC first came out in 2015, who knows what would have happened with Crawford? Maybe he could have lost that fight too. People want to, like, we got to put boxing back into its proper perspective. In the proper perspective. Guys like Guerrero, yeah, he got losses, but look who he fought. If Crawford fought who Guerrero fought, guys like Mayweather, guys like Keith Thurman, we don't know because he didn't fight nobody like Mayweather or Thurman. Berto has a loss to Robert Guerrero. We haven't seen Crawford fight a guy like Berto. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Crawford would lose all these fights, but the proof is in the pudding. You have to actually fight them. Like, people rag on Broner, but he fights everybody. Oh, Broner lose all his fights. Okay, if Crawford fought Maidana as his second fight at 147, if he fought Paulie Malignaggi, and if he fought Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia, who the fuck knows if Crawford would be 4-0 in all those fights? Because he didn't fight them. Broner got a loss to Maidana. Listen to the point I am making, people. It's very simple. Broner fought Maidana coming from lightweight. Lightweight. In his second fight at welterweight. If Crawford fought Ray Beltran at lightweight, jumped up 2 classes and beat Paulie Malignaggi, in his second fight, he's fighting against Maidana, I probably favor Maidana in that fight. Or at the very least, I would think it's a tough ass fight. Real shit. Or you could go like here. If Crawford beat Gamboa and then jumped up 2 weight classes, took 1 fight with Paulie, and then fought Maidana, then that would be a tough-ass fight at the very least, even if you think Crawford wins that. Who disagrees with this? Block Ernest Murphy. No explanation, no rationalization. Who disagrees with that? So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I respect all these guys that's lacing them up. But people quick to disrespect Broner. But look at the risks that he's taking. Like, bro, you didn't have to fight Maidana in your second fight. You probably should have took a couple more. You went from a light punching Paulie Malignaggi at 47 to Maidana. That's a big jump. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know. It's all speculation. We don't know if Bud will cook all of it. Maybe he destroys all of them. But we can't give you credit for shit you didn't do. Bro. Okay. You see, y'all sounding stupid as fuck. Ronnie, you sound stupid as fuck. I think Crawford too slick for Maidana. You can't spell Maidana, so that's 1 strike. 2, you're still not proving my point wrong. The bottom line is if he moved from lightweight, he got rocked by Gamboa. So if he moved from lightweight and fought Paulie Malignaggi, like Broner did, and then he fought Maidana in his second fight, it's a difficult fight. Point blank, period. It would be a difficult fight. Okay, Mean Machine, after he had been at welterweight for 4 fights or so, dropped him, and it was a tough fight. So if you believe that Mean Machine can give you a tough fight when you've already acclimated to the division just in December, right? Mean Machine is capable of dropping you and giving you a tough fight. And you had already fought Jeff Horn and cooked him, Benavidez and Amir Khan. So that was your 4th fight. You were 3 fights deep, and Mean Machine gave you a tough fight. Then I firmly stand on the notion that win, lose, or draw, Maidana at that point, and Bud going from Gamboa all the way to 47, taking a Paulie and beating him, and then fighting a Maidana would be extremely dangerous. Mean Machine ain't dropped Bud. All right. Okay. He dropped him, bro. I don't go off the, you guys dropped Sean Porter. I'm not going off of what the refs score. Refs fuck up. They're human. Ruthless Boxing, what up? Bro, I firmly believe that. These would be tough fights. You know? People like, oh, Danny lost to all the top guys. If Terrence Crawford fought Keith Thurman, hold on, what's Danny's order? Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Errol Spence, plus some other guys sprinkled in there. There's no guarantee that Crawford would be 3-0, 4-0 in all those fights. We have to see him with those competitions. It's that simple. Shout out to Ricky Williams. Yeah, exactly. Gary Russell dropped Lomachenko, didn't get credit for it. So that's for the real people that know boxing. I wouldn't call it dropped either. I don't care what you would call it. I'm telling you what I call it. I thought that should have been the knockdown. Drop, knockdown, same shit. He was in a tough fight with Mean Machine, period. You know, you guys can make this as easy, as simple as it need to be. Jose Benavidez was even a tough fight at welterweight. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, realistically, the Kell Brook fight was decently tough. I had Kell Brook winning. So it's like a lot of people, we're only going off of, in all honesty, we have to go off of Crawford's, who we believe him to be, and his past accomplishments more so than the competition he's faced and what it's showed us. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we're giving credit to Crawford from 35 and 40 work at 47 when there's certified guys that he could fight like Sean Porter that eliminate all questions. Bro, Jose Benavidez, I was at that fight. It was a decently tough fight early on. And then his leg, he lost his mobility, and then he got cooked in the 12th round. So Jose, listen, styles make fights. I get that. Benavidez brings his own attributes to the table. He's a certain height, certain style, blah, blah, blah. Benavidez got shot in the leg. It looked like his mobility was suffered later in the fight, and he made it to the 12th round and got knocked out. Still got to his feet. So against a fresher Sean Porter who has his own style, I get that. Not as tall as Benavidez, I get that. But that's a good fight, bro. Sean Porter part of his defense is his legs. Part of it, or not defense, part of his style is his legs. Sean Porter fuck around and faint you to death. There was a sequence in the Errol Spence fight where Errol Spence was bullying Sean Porter's ribs and landing some vicious body shots. Sean turned him and then start going in on Errol and start going in on Errol's ribs. And I was like, wow, just that little matador move was raw from Sean Porter. And I was at the fight. Bro, so people keep saying all this stuff and is making me question it. Kell Brook cut or like had Crawford's eye kind of messed up from the jab. Good jabbing for 2.5 rounds of jabbing. Sean Porter got a jab. Errol Spence got a great jab. You know, a hurtful jab, like you know what I'm saying, some shit that can stop you. I think he stopped Danny Garcia in his tracks with the jab. It looked like he hurt Danny almost with the jab. So if Kell Brook, Kell Brook's biggest thing is as soon as he got a taste of his own medicine, he was done. He was done. But who's to say that's the same case with Sean Porter? You know what I'm saying? So if what people consider to be a potentially washed Kell Brook lumped up Crawford's eye, we don't know a lot of stuff, bro. Like, I'm to the point, the more I think about it, I haven't even seen Crawford at welterweight. I'm not talking about his past accomplishments. I ain't even seen him with the Jose Cito guy. You know what I'm saying? Like a Jose Cito. Jose Cito at best is tough and experienced. And probably Crawford's height, size, close to. You know what I'm saying? And he has momentum. That's a cool fight. That's a solid fight. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this up, but bottom line, if Crawford fights, put it this way. If Crawford fights any of the people that I'm telling you to fight, then I think they'll be good fights. Point blank, period. And we'll see. If he can keep the knockout streak of knocking everybody out, then he's the man. But I got to see that. Knock Sean Porter out. He ain't been knocked out. So you get max credit. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Even like in recent memory, Keith Thurman got power. He didn't knock Jose Cito out and got hurt. So that would be solid. That would be knocking out Jose Cito Lopez with his experience and how he's been looking recently is more of a testament to your ability than, let's say, Mean Machine coming off a draw with Ray Robinson. Because Mean Machine don't got a Jose Cito Lopez. Bro, this shit is very basic boxing that I'm talking. Does Mean Machine have the momentum or the resume of Jose Cito? Y'all can't win. Does Mean Machine have a Jose Cito Lopez? He stepped foot in the ring with guys like Jose Cito. Yes or no? Please let me know. Has Mean Machine fought, like, see, Crawford is making this harder to understand than it needs to be. Fight somebody believable. Mean Machine's resume wasn't believable like Jose Cito. Jose been in there with the best of them. Jose Cito fought Canelo, win, lose, or draw. Maidana, Berto. He was beating Berto. He just retired Francisco Santana, John Molina. John Molina fought Crawford, got stopped, didn't end his career. But at the point when Jose Cito cooked him, he was like, all right, I'm about to be a sheriff. I'm pretty much done. Bro, that would be a bet. I promise you, Keith Thurman, he couldn't stop Jose Cito. So Jose Cito, he got this little resurgent. I wouldn't mind a fight like that. I promise you. And then if Crawford dogs him, then he dogs him. Jose Cito is game bred, Riverside Rocky, battle tested, Victor Ortiz. You know, he fought the guys that show us who he is. That's all you got to do is beat the guys that we know who they are. That's the only thing that I've always told you is eluding Terrence Crawford. You beat guys like that. He said most never even heard of Mean Machine. That's what I'm saying. But you probably checked out a Jose Cito Lopez fight because he fought on big cards. He was on Errol Spence, Sean Porter card. I was there. He was on the Errol Spence, Danny Garcia card, which just came on Saturday. He fought Canelo on a Showtime main event, right? He fought Maidana. So he fought and broke Ortiz's jaw and it went viral. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. But Crawford and his team keep saying they want two guys, Pacquiao and Spence. I mean, if you can't get them, then what else you going to do? Go to the next people. Like, and that's it. I would give Crawford even more credit stopping Jose Cito in 4 rounds because he hasn't. Keith Thurman didn't stop him 4 rounds. Berto stopped him about 5-6 rounds maybe, but he was losing that fight. You see what I'm saying? It's really simple math, man. Really simple. Now, Mean Machine had a comeback fight. It just wasn't relevant. You know, it wasn't no big fight, nothing. This man said Victor Ortiz has a better welterweight resume than Bud. And that's true. Berto twice and Floyd May. And Luis Collazo at the time. Like, yeah. And Jose Cito. He really do. He really do. So my bid is Sean Porter. That's your mandatory. Take care of that. It'll only build the Errol fight. You know, you said you don't need Errol anyway. So Sean Porter called him out again. Let's go. He said that's a Jeopardy question. Who is Mean Machine? Y'all wrong. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. I'm out. Peace, y'all.